You're listening to My Grito Podcast Network, celebrating the culture of Chicanos and Latinos one story and voice at a time. Listen to more My Grito Podcast Network shows over at mygrito.net. Connect on social, on Instagram and Facebook at My Grito, the My Grito Podcast Network.
3, 2, 1. Jose. Action. What's up, man?
What's up, man? Thanks for having me on again for the third time.
Welcome back. Is it the third time?
Yeah. Obviously, that means you couldn't find a guest. But I'm, what's the word? Humbled. I don't know. That's another word that you're supposed to use. I'm flattered by the third invitation.
Flattering.
But I mean, because I like to look back at whatever I'm on, whatever I produce. I like to check it out, just to see some pointers or what I can do better on, or just to see how I did, I don't think it's like fucking what's the word they like to use when someone who is,
they them
is like kind of like you're all into yourself, like narcissist.
Okay,
because I'm not. I fucking have a really low self-esteem, so it's not that. You know what I mean?
Self-absorbed.
Yeah, self-absorbed. So I don't do it for that. I just do it just like I like watching back and oh shit, that was cool that I said that, or you even relive what you said,
Yeah, I think that's the coolest thing about listening back to podcasts that you've done in the past is you get to relive that experience.
Yeah.
Just like when we were on Rambling Alcoholics, dude. Yeah. I listened to it like on my way to I was driving out to Long Beach for the weekend, and there was just like so many parts where I wanted to just clip and start posting.
Yeah.
But Jaime, he actually beat me to the punch on that one about the dogs, dude.
You did it this morning.
Yeah, dude. It was funny because I cut it yesterday, and I was gonna do like a video, basically just like he did.
Yeah.
But like I seen that post in the morning, I was like, oh, okay, cool, he did it. I don't have to do all that.
and I've said that before about the whole dogs.
Yeah.
I care more about animals. I said it before, but I mean that was the right moment. Sometimes like people say something and it's like boom. I'm so witty. Sometimes I'll have something quick to just throw in there. You know what I mean?
Right.
And right there, the crazy thing about that episode is that us three were there before. We just had his cousin there, but his cousin doesn't really get involved. He'll say like a couple like one-liners and shit. But it was us.
Wait, hold on. That's his cousin.
That's his cousin.
Oh, okay.
And so is Mr. Lou. They're brothers.
Yeah.
But,
I knew that they were brothers.
Yeah.
Well, I didn't know that they were brothers until when we were on.
Yeah.
And he told me about it.
So like, but at the same time, it felt different because it wasn't my podcast. It was his podcast. So it's different. It's a totally different style. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? It does feel different. Even though it's the same people, it's totally different.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It was more like fucking around and saying, whatever,
Yeah.
That's a crazy thing.
Yeah. I, like going on there, like listening to them before and then, because they're like really like when it's the original crew.
Yeah.
They're fast. Like, they're fast. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So usually like when it's one, I'm not seasoned to have like 4 or 5 people on.
Yeah.
So I'm just used to 1-on-1 or 1-on-2 or whatever.
But you did fine.
Yeah.
All you gotta do is I actually think
I did fine because the weed and the alcohol. I think
that helped.
I think that helped.
And how about the tobacco?
And then the tobacco.
But I find that it's a lot easier. The more people that are involved in it, for me, it's a lot easier because as one is speaking, you're thinking of something that you can talk about, or your next topic that you're going to talk about. You know what I mean? You're listening, but to me, I find it easier when you're by yourself or it's just 2 people. It's a little harder.
Really?
Yeah, it is. It is.
I don't know. I think
because let's say we had a third person.
Maybe it's different. Maybe it's different because our podcasts are
it's different styles.
Yeah. And you've been on other people's podcasts.
Yeah,
with more than one person.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And mine's always either 2 or 3 all the time, but for the most part, it's 2. Sometimes I do the solos, but those are tricky, man, because you got to just keep speaking. You even though I can always fucking pause it and go back to it, I don't like doing that. I like just to fucking boom, just keep filling it in.
One take.
Yeah, one take. Yeah. Less editing and shit. Especially now that I threw away my program that I had because I thought my computer was slowed down because it was a fucking one of those cracked ones that you can get like for free, like a bootleg one. So for sure, it comes with viruses and shit.
Oh, the software?
Yeah, the software that I use, for music editing and shit, threw it away. So now it's like, fuck, everything's got to be done in my device. You know what I mean? From the music to when I stop it, or not, because I use Audacity now, And I'm pretty sure I could insert music and all that shit, but I don't have time to figure that shit out. So I just put it in there, convert it to MP3, and upload it. So it's a lot more basic now.
Oh, from the Pod Track 4.
Yeah.
Pod Track 4. Well, you do everything in one take anyways, right?
Yeah, I had my music and shit, but before I would add like a little, maybe some commentary in the beginning about it, and then at the end, shout out my fucking Patreons and shit like that. Now it's all got to be done there.
Yeah, and so now you are totally 100% on Patreon. Is that?
I'm gonna be switching over. I'm gonna do one more to let people know that I'm gonna switch over, and then it's gonna be Patreon. It's fucked up for the people that really listen, but the reason I'm doing this is because, like, man, I noticed like a huge drop in listens, but at the same time, right now I'm just thinking that it could be that because sometimes like iTunes won't fucking show the episode. I'll look for it and it won't be there. But I looked for it this time and I did see it. But past episodes that I had, they were like, because I took that break, after my wife passed away, rest in peace. And it took like a month and a half. And when I came back, dude, I got tons of listens, like fucking a gang of listens. I'm like, oh shit, I'm getting. And then the next episode, I got a lot of listens too from the people that came over from listening to that one. And then the next one I had, it kind of slowed down like drastically. I'm talking about, not even exaggerating, dude, because I don't exaggerate with my numbers and shit. It's like 250 less listens. And that's a lot. That's a huge drop, right?
Yeah.
And then this last one that I released, I got a good amount of listens in like the first day, which was good because before I'd look at it and I would get a gang of listens like in 12 hours, one day. Like if I would have my wife on it, I'd have fucking like 300 listens in one day, dude,
Damn.
And, yeah. And they kind of dropped. So I'm like, you know what? It's like, it's kind of discouraging. I mean, I do it for myself because it feels good to do it. At the same time, you put your time into it, and you fucking, especially me, I'm really open and shit. So I put my life into it, and like you expect the same amount of people to keep listening to it. But I noticed that people don't like, and I've said this before, they don't like to hear about the bad times. They want to hear pure good times and comedy and bullshit, right? And what I do is the whole point of my fucking podcast is I'm bringing you what's going on in my life.
Yeah.
Whether it's happy, whether it's sad, I'm open, dog. I'm an open book. You know what I mean? And you would think people would appreciate that, but sometimes people don't like to hear downer shit. I do. I like to hear everything because life is everything. Life is a fucking roller coaster, dog. You know what I mean? So, but I noticed that's what it is, man. People don't like hearing sad shit. And the people that I've had on, then that's why I had guests on, because I could have kept doing solos, but I've had guests on, and the guests talk about the happy stuff that they're doing in their podcast. And all of a sudden they'll bring in something sad. Like maybe they lost somebody too, or they'll bring up my wife, and then I'll start talking about it. It's not that I bring it up.
Yeah.
I'm trying to go away from that, because I share that kind of stuff every day on my stories and shit. So if you follow my stories, you're going to see like, some moments I'm fucking sad. You think I'm suicidal. The next fucking 30 minutes or an hour, I'm posting some funny shit, but that's just what's going on in my mind. You know what I mean? And I'm just being open. This is what I fucking feel. It's like, it's crazy. Sometimes I'm fucking, like yesterday in my head, because I listen to a lot of music, and the way that my mind works is sometimes like I'll think of some words, and all of a sudden a song will come on that contains those words, right? So like I thought about, there's a song by the Quakes, and it's called I'm All Messed Up. And the song says, I feel like laughing, I feel like crying, I feel like living, I feel like dying.
You posted that one yesterday.
Shit. Yeah, dog.
I remember.
I guess I'm all messed, and that's how I fucking feel. And if you've been following my journey on Instagram, or even on here in the podcast, like that's how I feel, dog. Like I feel like laughing, I feel like crying, and I feel like, but realistically, I feel like dying. That's the main thing. I feel like dying. I don't want to be alive, but some people think it's sad, but it's not. It's my fucking reality. I have kids and all that shit. Yeah, I've got 2 kids. They're adults, but they're young adults. I know I got to do it for them. I got to keep going and shit. But at the same time, I don't want to be here. I wouldn't kill myself. I would never do that, because then I'm not going to be where my wife is based on my beliefs, right?
Right.
That's a straight ticket to fucking hell, and I don't want to go there. Even though there's a lot of cool fucking people there, I'd rather be with my wife than, you know? And so I wouldn't kill myself. So if any of you ever hear that I killed myself, that was not me. That was that got suicided, because I would never do that, right? Speaking of that, I don't really post too many fucking conspiracy things, because people don't really give a fuck, and all you're doing is you're putting a target on your back. You know what I mean? So I kind of...
Yeah, you haven't.
Yeah.
Did you used to post
a lot, dude,
much
every
in the
fucking
past?
day, every day.
Okay.
Just lately, I posted something about the jab, where if with this new shit that they invented, some new Omicron or whatever, I didn't pronounce it right, so you're not gonna get flagged. But if you got the jab,
I'm already flagged.
Yeah, you're more
by the
no shit.
I'm already flagged when I have Ranting with Ramos on the podcast.
You're more susceptible to catch the new variant by you having the fucking.
So if you have
the jab, you're gonna get that shit. It's more easy to get the new one that they're gonna come up with, and then they came up with some supposed zombie one that they found in China. And
zombie one.
Yeah, it's just a fucking storyline. They're getting you ready for the storyline. So what's happening is they're saying that they discovered some new shit.
They're starting the prequel right now.
Prequel, it's a prequel.
Okay.
But those of us who know what's going on
okay.
know that they're saying that they found this thing, but people have already been injected with this thing, which later is going to develop, and they're going to blame it on what they found before. Oh, it's this new zombie thing. That's why these people are turning into that. But in reality, they're turning into that because they stuck something foreign into their body and changed their DNA, realistically. But I just sit back. I don't say shit. I'm just waiting for it to happen, you know?
Yeah.
Getting ready to kill people, kill zombies and shit. You know, I live upstairs, so it'll be harder for them to get up there, you know? So, let's see. It sounds crazy, man, but a lot of the shit that sounded crazy is coming to fruition, so I don't know.
Yeah. Man. That zombie thing is crazy.
It's crazy, but, you know, what happens is they've been doing predictive programming on us for the longest time. The Simpsons, they didn't predict shit, dog. They knew that it was going to happen, so they're showing us that this is going to happen.
Yeah.
It's because they know what's going to happen. You know what I mean? So, like, they can't predict what's going to happen. They know what's going to happen, so they're showing you. And you think in your head that they're predicting it, right? Like, this whole zombie thing, like, they've been showing, like, all these, in the 70s, these zombie movies and shit like that, right? Yeah. The Walking Dead. And I used to be into zombies and all that shit and monster shit because the psychobilly shit and all the horror punk that I like, right? But since I have never watched an episode of The Walking Dead because it's too fucking trendy. Whenever shit gets too trendy, I just do not want to even get into it because I know when it's trendy like that is because if you can get the average fucking regular person to get into something that's dark, that means that there's something subliminally being introduced to them without them even knowing that the average fucking square motherfucker likes a zombie show. Something there is, you know what I mean? There's something there. And so I stay away from that shit. Just like that Game of Thrones shit. I know it's a phenomenon, and it probably is good. But I mean, I don't need to be watching incest and homosexual shit. That's not my cup of tea, right? So
I never watched Game of Thrones.
Yeah, I've never seen it. Yeah. That's all it's about, you know. It's incest and homosexuality.
Jeez.
Which, if you like that shit, cool, dog. But I'm not into that, so I don't watch that. That's the good thing about being in the USA is you get to watch whatever the fuck you want to watch. Like you know, like just right now, you heard me talking about this. If you don't like it, you can turn it off. That's the cool thing is that we still have the freedom to do that.
Well, you can watch everything except for ZooTube.
Yeah. You could watch it because it's available. If it wasn't available, it would be banned, right?
I have to look that up. I have to look that up to see if it's illegal.
It's got to be illegal, dude.
Maybe it's illegal to upload
states,
stuff, but maybe not to watch it.
It should be illegal because because if you watch fucking CP, which is child pornography, it's you didn't record it, right? But you're watching it, and it's illegal.
Okay,
it, right? So it makes sense, right?
Right.
You know. You're the one looking it up there. I mean, your phone is studying
based on
every
that
single thing that you're typing when you turn it on, when you check your time, everything. The way your typing patterns, your phone is studying you. All the AI is studying all that shit.
Why is it illegal? Why is bestiality
it's a fucking
illegal?
animal. It's like doing that to a kid. A kid is it's an innocent living creature who doesn't know that you're doing that. You know, it's here to offer love and companionship, maybe even some labor in some cases, but you're taking advantage of it because it doesn't speak your language. You're pretty much raping the fucking animal, dude. Or in some cases, you're having the animal.
There's no consent.
Gotcha. Right? And in some cases where you see women or men where they're having sexual relations with these animals, the animals are performing, you know, intercourse with them, and that's fucked up for the animal. It doesn't know. The animal has this primal urge to, you know, reproduce, right? Especially the male ones, and so they don't know any better, right?
Yeah. Okay.
And they think they're pleasing their human by doing something good, you know? That's what I think. I don't know because I'm not a fucking animal, but based on, you know, but yeah, I've never looked at that kind of shit. But yeah, those homies would look at that shit. Like, oh, man.
The Mind Buzz is powered by Mind Buzz Media. Mind Buzz Media is an on-site video and audio podcast production company. Have you ever thought about starting your own video and audio podcast? Or do you have an existing podcast that you want to take to the next level? Mind Buzz Media brings a professional podcast studio to you. Visit mindbuzz.org for more. I had no clue until you brought that up the other day.
Yeah, there's a lot of shit I know about, man. But I just release that shit when it's time to do it, when I feel like the moment to speak about it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm not just gonna fucking blurt it out and say like, what the fuck, you know. But since it made sense what we were talking about, I said, you know what? I know about this. I've heard about this, and I've seen fools look at this kind of shit, and it exists. You know?
Yeah. I wonder what other stuff out there.
There's a lot more shit. Like I used to watch. It was called something else. It was called Live Leak, and they changed it to Ogrish. I used to watch a lot of that kind of shit, like people being decapitated, people in India with fucking they got ran over. They were driving a scooter and they got run over. You see their guts coming out.
Oh, there was that one site called there's
Ogrish and Live Leak. It used to be called Ogrish. Now it's Live Leak.
Before that, it used to be like very popular in the early 2000s. I'm trying to remember what it is. But yeah, they showed that was the jar one where they showed it was like a single camera and it showed a jar just like this one here, and some women or dude was sitting on it.
Yeah.
And
it broke or some shit like that.
And it broke, and he was like picking the glass out of his.
Fuck.
Yeah. Or them.
Fucking disgusting. Dog.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember I watched the whole video.
I mean, it's disgusting. Repeat. It's disgusting. And I would say for 99% of the population, that's nasty. But the reason why somebody would think that that's cool is because they're probably fucked in the head, right? Because why would that be cool? Or they probably get off on that kind of shit.
Yeah.
We don't understand it because we're not inside their mind. But if you like that shit, there's got to be something wrong with you. Because you're inflicting pain. You could even kill yourself. You know what I mean?
Oh, the person doing it or the person watching it?
The person doing it and the person watching it. Because they got to get off on it, right? Also, people that practice like asphyxiation and shit like that, they hang themselves and shit like that. I understand, during sex, if it's a little rough and you do a little choking, but you got to be kind of careful with consent. Some people, because it's not really that they like it. It's just what happens is like when you touch the certain arteries, it kind of restricts the flow of blood and I guess oxygen to the brain. So it's kind of like a euphoric experience while you're having sex with the woman. As a man, I don't know because I don't do that to myself. But I know some women like that, but I've heard. But but like that homeboy from that TV show Kung Fu, I think it's called. You ever see that show? Oh, there used to be a TV show called Kung Fu, and this fool was like a badass fucking karate dude, and he was found in his closet, hung up, and they said that he practiced that asphyxiation and shit.
Isn't that the same thing that happened to Robin Williams?
No, he was suicided, Doug, but they're saying that that's what he did.
Wait, hold on. He was suicided?
Yeah, he was suicided. Yeah.
Why?
So was Cornell, so was all those fools. They knew too much shit.
Oh, okay. Robin Williams did.
If you really look it up, they were all hung by a doorknob or a door. And that's a thing.
Yeah, it was like his closet door or something back in, was it like 2014 or something?
And this guy was an obese guy where he fucking was like a size 46 and it's like a long enough belt. He looked like he was maybe like a 34, 36, right?
The size of the belt.
How the fuck in that length of a belt, which is
where did the belt come from?
Yeah, but how is a yard going to be able to wrap it around your neck and hang it somewhere where you're gonna, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
where it's gonna anchor enough.
And then there was a movie that he was in prior to that that was like a scene or that was something
of that.
Of that. Yeah, I believe Robin Williams played the father of a young boy, of a teenage boy that actually did that. Like he committed suicide by asphyxiation. Same exact way, the way that Robin Williams went out, dude.
So there's got to be a connection to that.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, but they're gonna make it seem like he got the idea from that, but nah, it's like they always show you what they're gonna do and shit, and it's just up to you to catch it or up to you to listen to motherfuckers that know and are telling you what to look out for.
So was that like a piece of predictive programming for at least Robin Williams?
For him and people that are realizing it later, you'll notice it. But I think if you watch the movie, you're not gonna know that he's gonna do that. But after he does that, you look back, oh shit, it makes sense. They're kind of foreshadowing it, or you know what I mean, or they're gonna make it seem like he got the idea from watching that.
Yeah,
there's always these motherfuckers is intelligent, man.
I think it was called the Gore.com, something Gore.com.
The old one,
one.
Ogrish.
Ogrish,
yeah, Ogrish, yeah.
I don't know.
It's Ogrish, and then it turned to Live Leak. It used to be called Ogrish.
Do they still have that around?
Live Leak's still around.
Yeah.
I haven't looked into that shit in about a couple years.
Yeah,
it wouldn't fuck me up. I can see that. I just can't see like pets being tortured and shit.
No, they show like beheadings.
Yeah, I can see all that shit 24/7 and like at first when you first look at that kind of shit, you well, not really, because when I first started looking at that kind of shit, I was maybe like a teenager, maybe 13, and we used to watch Faces of Death, and I would watch that shit, and we would all just trip out and watch it. I was never scared of watching that kind of shit. Yeah, some people were that would sit there and watch it, but that's how it starts, right? And then you start to getting desensitized, and then you just start watching that kind of shit, and you don't feel anything and shit, you know. Which can be good for your mind, but at the same time, it'll prepare you for example, like let's say if somebody was dying and you had to cut their hand off or their leg off for them to survive, I would be able to do that. Yeah, I'd be the guy you fucking call. I can do that.
Really?
I swear, I'm not lying to you. Anything, shit that involves that kind of, because I don't look at it as I don't look at it as the act of chopping someone's fucking limb off. I look at it as like I'm helping them.
You're
so
saving.
I'm gonna do whatever the fuck I can to help them.
Right.
You know what I mean? Except hurt my family or hurt myself. I'm gonna help you if I can do it. I'm not that shit is nothing to me.
Do you think in your line of work, it desensitizes you to do something like that?
No, because even before that, I was desensitized. I like I mentioned before, I've taken animals out of their misery. Like one time
But I mean, like progressive, like has that?
No, I've always been like that.
Oh, okay.
I've always been able to like do shit like that. You know, like dissect things and fucking. My daughter has the same thing where she was in school and they had a squid. And all the boys were all afraid of fucking dissecting it, right? She's like, "Oh, you want to try it?" Yeah. She got the scalpel. She didn't wear gloves. She started cutting that shit. Yeah. And then was like, "Oh my god, you're not even wearing gloves." She's like, it's food. It's a fucking squid. Dog. You know what I mean? Wash your hands. You know what I mean? But she has that. It's just something. I guess it's in your genetics.
Was it alive or was it?
It was dead. It was dead for dissection. But the kids were scared of it. But she wasn't. Dude, I'm teaching her how to tattoo now.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, she was tattooing from like 9 p.m. And then I fell asleep and I woke up like at 1 and she had barely gone to sleep and I bought like some fake skin and she was tattooing. And then I looked at it and like in the beginning, it was kind of off because she was barely learning. It was her first time ever handling a tattoo machine.
Oh, really?
And I looked at the last tattoo she did and it was like an umbrella with rain coming. And let's say if she would have tattooed somebody, it would have been a clean ass tattoo. The lines were clean. Everything was looking good. So, and that was her first time doing it. So I want to teach her and my son, if he wants it too, just what all the fucking things I know how to do, the knowledge, you know what I mean? So they can pick up on it, you know? I think it's good, man, to know as many fucking things as you can. Some things they're not interested in. Like I try to teach them how to work on cars. They don't care about that shit. How to tailor clothes, how to sew shit. They don't care about that, but tattooing, I guess. But my son had asked me, like, it's cool that he asked me, he's like, "Hey, Dad, is it cool?" And she tattoos something on my wrist. I'm like, "No, dude, you're fucking 22 years old, man. Wait till you get older, you know? I'm doing all this because I'm an exterminator. I'm not going to do anything else. I have to wear long sleeves so you can't see what I have." Yeah. I said, but if you see me in the street, you wouldn't even think I have any because I have them where you can't see them. I'm not getting tattoos so people could see them and doing it for me. And so I said, if you want to do it on your leg, fuck it. But I had to practice on myself because there was no such thing as fucking fake skin. I have fake skin for her I'm providing her that so she doesn't have to mess up her legs or her body. You know what I mean? So I said, once she gets better, then you know, I'm going to have her like tattoo my back and fucking do my whole body. And
Didn't they used to use like pig skin before?
Pig skin. Yeah. It's not the same though. And the synthetic skin is not the same either, but the pig skin's messy. It's fucking slimy. It smells and shit. It absorbs too quickly.
And it's real too?
It's real, yeah. Real. Just get a real piece of pig skin.
You just go to Northgate and
you buy cueritos, cuero de puerco.
Fucking put that and you can eat it right after, right?
Yeah, but I wouldn't eat it because you're putting the
dropping it in the fryer and then eating it after.
Yeah, I would maybe cut that piece off and and do it. Yeah. Well, yeah, man. I said you guys are lucky. You guys have all that, man. But people that didn't have that shit, they have to tattoo their legs.
Yeah.
Fuck it.
When did you start?
In 2006.
Oh, okay. Yeah. How old were you in 2006?
26.
Oh, okay. Oh, it's not bad.
Yeah. It'll be 20 years in 2026. But it was off and on. I just started again. And I'm going to do all my fucking arm as much as I can where I can reach. And see, because nowadays they have these tattoo pens where it's like a fucking stick. It's got a battery on top, wireless, completely wireless.
What?
All you do before, you would have to get the needle, bend a little bit, put it through the fucking tube, see how much of it comes out, fucking put a rubber band on it, make sure it's not rubbing, make sure it's coming down the middle.
And these are new ones?
New.
Really?
Now you grab the fucking pen, you get the needle, which is about 1.5 inches, and it's plastic with a tip. You shove it in there, twist it, locks in, turn it on, start tattooing. That
one's a new one.
Yeah, that's what I bought. I bought that about 3 weeks ago. I had to tattooed my brother with that.
Wireless.
I can go to the fucking mountains and tattoo you. As long as I have a spare battery, and we'll fucking do it.
Do you still have the pedal down at the bottom to press
it? It's wireless. It's a on and off switch.
What?
On and off switch. There's a up for volts, and you lower the volts and higher the volts. It's depending on what kind of tattooing you're going to do. If you're going to do shading, you want to lower the volts. If you want to do lining, you turn it up.
Yeah.
And then what happens if you're experienced, when you dip for ink, you'll know what you're doing. But if you don't know what you're doing, you have to turn it off. Because if you don't turn the tattoo machine off, you're gonna bang against the fucking ink cap, and that's gonna fuck up your needle, and you're gonna do a fucked up tattoo. You're gonna rip the skin instead of like piercing it, cutting it, cutting through. So you got to turn it off and dip it, and then turn it back on. But I don't do that because it's too much work. I just know how much to dip the needle in, and I'm not to hit the sides.
Yeah, isn't the needle supposed to be on? Like, isn't the tattoo machine supposed to be on when you dip?
No, it doesn't have to.
When you dip it inside the ink? No?
You dip it, and there's a reservoir. When you turn it on, it kind of sucks the ink back up. But also, you don't want to use too much because it'll fucking splatter all over the place.
Yeah, I see that.
It's a lot of little fucking nuances that you got to know how to do. I'm not a professional, but
right.
I mean, I'm all right.
Well, I mean, from like being a hobbyist, like over the years, right?
Yeah.
I remember grabbing. I think I was like 20, 21. I think when I just got a tattoo machine just to fuck around. I have a fucked up anchor on my leg, dude, that I did with just one needle straight through.
Oh fuck!
Yeah,
that's painful.
Yeah,
that shit is painful, and very hard to control because any little movement that you make, you see that little squiggle.
Oh yeah,
yeah. So
it's terrible.
Yeah, when I do line work, I do like a 3 or a 5 because you see less of that squiggle.
Yeah, yeah. I have that anchor on my my thigh. And then I did kind of like a bat outline, kind of like a Batmobile.
Yeah.
I did that on my my ex-girlfriend's foot.
Yeah.
And then I also did like a small anchor on her ring finger too.
Oh shit! How did that come out?
It sucked.
Fuck.
It's terrible, dude.
Yeah.
It was bad. I thought it was fun. Like I was like, oh, I have a tattoo machine. I'm gonna start tattooing myself.
Did you put a pattern on there, or you just fucking drew it freehand without?
I did the pattern with a Sharpie. I drew it with the Sharpie and then I outlined it.
Oh, okay.
And then use like wipies or something to wipe down the ink. Yeah.
I've been seeing people that have tattoos like that, like you mentioned, where the line work's kind of messed up. What they do is they'll go over the tattoo and do it straight, and then they'll get like a flesh tone ink that looks like similar to your flesh, and they'll color the spots that look fucked up in.
Oh, kind of like erasing the ink,
and it kind of comes in. Yeah, but I mean, there's a tattoo artist that kind of critiques people's videos, and he kind of critiqued that one. He's like, yeah, you know what, like you can never fully cover the ink that's down there, so that's like it's like false hope and shit. But we'll see once it heals, because you'll know once it heals. Sometimes tattoos look clean as fuck, and once they heal, that's when you know. Or it also depends on the aftercare.
Yeah,
people don't know how to take care of it. They let it dry out, or they fucking pick at it too much, and because before they would tell you to put Vaseline on it, or they would tell you to use A&D ointment. But A&D ointment is only used when you're tattooing to help it glide, to help it soothe the skin because you're fucking tearing into it. But if you use it as aftercare, what it does, it makes your tattoo fade because it contains Vaseline and shit. So your tattoos fade. The best way to do it is just use fucking like lotion and shit.
Yeah,
like Eucerin or Aquaphor.
Unset lotion.
That's what I use. Yeah.
Non-alcoholic or
non-alcoholic, no scent, nothing. Yeah. None of that fucking cocoa butter that you know.
I remember my cousin. She had like a really nice piece. It was like a rainbow, whatever. She had lots of color, right? Yeah. And I think like the day after she got it, she jumped in the pool.
Yep, you fuck it up,
and she jacked it up, dude. Like it was like faded. Like once it healed and everything, it was faded. Like it was bad. Yeah, hopping.
And she knew.
We told her not to,
and she still did it.
She's like,
yeah, you can't go.
Whatever.
You can't go into the ocean.
I'm gonna do what I want.
Yeah. One time, I mean, I know that because I have so many of them that I tried a bunch of different ways for it to heal, right?
Yeah.
So I tried a bunch of different ways. One of them I had, and that shit was like, it was fucking bugging me. It was kind of itching, right? So I got mad and I put alcohol on it, and it just dried it out. It was fucking badass color, but I dried it out with the alcohol. I shouldn't have done this shit. But that's why I learned. It's on my leg. But I haven't had time to hit it up and just go over it again. So, But I'll do that when I get a chance. It's not that important. It's on my leg anyways. But it's cool because you can use your iPad to design a lot of shit too. I've been using that.
Yeah.
To design tattoos.
What
Procreate.
Yeah. What system do you use? Procreate?
Procreate, yeah.
That's a badass system.
Yeah,
dude.
it is, dude. There's people that paint like fucking paintings with that shit.
Mm-hmm.
I don't get that advanced. I just do regular line work type of shit because the tattoos that I like are traditional tattoos.
Mm-hmm.
So thick ass, bold lines, bold color. That's what I like. I like that.
Yeah.
I'm pretty good at that, but I could do other types of tattooing, but I like that,
Traditional?
Yeah, you use like a fucking, it looks like a Sharpie.
Yeah.
Because you're using a fucking 18 round shader. So it's a thick ass fucking, but you got to make sure the machine is a powerful machine and it's running fast in order to get those lines in there.
What have you done lately?
Lately, I did it on my brother. I did a fucking the Joy Division cover art.
Oh, okay.
I did that.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that
Wow.
shit was fucking hard.
Really?
Yeah, it's hard.
You have a picture of it?
No, I don't.
Oh, okay.
I'm gonna hit it. I'm gonna go over it again today because like it's so difficult because there's so many little fucking lines that you don't want to erase them. So you set in the lines. It requires like two times that you do it. It's already on there. It's set. It grabbed. There's a couple of lines I gotta fatten up a little bit because I don't want to erase them because there are like so many little fucking lines, dude. So,
yeah, it does.
Yeah, so it's on there clean.
Mm-hmm.
I'm even like surprised. Oh,
It does have
I did a good job.
It does have a lot.
Yeah,
That's what I'm trying to say.
and so I fucking, I just went over it. I'm gonna have to go over it again real quick. It'll probably take me like fucking 15 minutes just to hit it up again. That's it. He'll be good, But I told him, look, we're gonna have to hit it up again because I don't want to erase these fucking lines because they'll if you smudge it, you're fucked. And this is whenever you deal with logos and shit like that, you got to make sure you do it right because people are going to tell if it's fucked up or not because it's supposed to look a certain way. Now, if there's a drawing or a skull, whatever, you can always, if you fuck up a line, you can
that's
shade
true.
around it. You know what I mean? You can add your own artistic flair to it and, whatever. But if it's a logo, it's got to be exact, because then you're fucked. One little line you fuck up, you're fucked,
Yeah, because it doesn't look the same. People have an expectation.
In their head already what it's supposed to look like.
Yeah, they have an expectation of what it's supposed to look
but if
like.
it's something like just whatever, a skull, a Bowser, a Super Mario head or something like that. Well, no, those have to be exact too.
Yeah.
Now, if you draw Bowser, it's got to look like Bowser. It's got to look like, or a Mickey Mouse. All those things are hard to draw, like Mickey Mouse and shit like that, because everyone's used to seeing, it's supposed to look a certain way. So you see a lot of bad tattoos like that, like Mickey Mouse tattoos or Hello Kitties and shit, where they fucked up, and you can't fix it. You're fucked.
Yeah,
it's got to look a certain way. Might have to laser that shit or cover it or something.
I'm trying to get my next one. I want to get like a mushroom or something. I was telling you telling you about it, right?
Yeah, I was trying to get you to do I was trying to trick you and do like a fucking sort of like a TikTok video on it. Or I asked you, hey, you want to get a tattoo? And I wanted you to keep fucking speaking into it. So you're like, yeah, I want to get a mushroom. And I'm like, look, I did these. And I sent you some fucked up ones that I found on the internet, right? Fucked up tattoos. And you were supposed to be like, oh, no, you got any better ones? And that way we keep going.
I didn't know that was.
Yeah, man. Because
I thought you were serious, dude.
Nah, that wasn't mine. I wouldn't show you that shit if I did that. Fuck no, dude. And you were nice for not talking shit. Those are fucked up tattoos, man. And so I was sending you some bad tattoos.
Did we even continue the conversation?
I told my kids, no, he fucking stopped. We should have kicked one. But there's one. It originates. It's about cakes. They show like some SpongeBob ones, some fucking that bird one
cakes
with the bird. Where we keep throwing the birds at each other and shit. What is
Angry
it called?
Birds.
Angry Birds, but there's those green pigs. So it's a green pig, and they're all fucked up. Dude, they look like fucked up, And then so let's say it's a girl and she's got her little brother. She goes, hey, there's a neighbor and she's got a bunch of cakes. I want to help her out. I want to support her. Can you pick a cake for your party? And he fucking sends it to the kid. He's like, oh, these are ugly. They don't even look right. She's like, yeah, you know what? Stop. Be nice. We got to pick one, okay?
Yeah.
The green one, that one is roach flavor and marshmallows. This other one is chocolate and poo-poo. He's like, what are you talking about? The kid's not getting all fucking mad.
Yeah.
He's like, we have to fucking, and then they do it to the mom too. The mom's like, están bien feos los pasteles. So she's like, you know what? You can't text me. You got to make sure that you record a message because I'm not receiving text right now, just messages. So it sounds cool because they show the cakes and the person's all talking shit on the fucking thing. So it's pretty cool. Yeah. And that's what I wanted to do with you. You don't fall for it. And I'm not going to tell you that's what I'm doing. I tried it on a couple people, but it didn't work because they stopped the conversation. They don't keep going.
You tried on Yuli?
No, I haven't. I
tried
should.
on him.
But I don't know what to ask him about, though. About tattoos or something like that?
Probably not a tattoo. Does that guy have a tattoo?
No, he doesn't.
No, huh?
No, he doesn't. But we should change that when he comes by.
We should tattoo LA
and
on
record
him.
that shit.
Yeah.
Or to tattoo the Astros logo. But he was talking about like on his episode before this when he was talking about how he knows he's a good looking guy, but he knows that he just has to lose weight and change his wardrobe. And I was like, fuck shit. If he comes down, bring like fucking $500. I'll fucking take you shopping. That's not to say that I'm a fucking badass fucking
take him shopping,
dresser, but hey, let's fucking do a fucking makeover and shit. Realistically,
that'd be fun.
Realistically, I could do everything myself. I can give him a fucking makeover by cutting his hair. I can give him a fucking tattoo. I can take him shopping and buy him some cool fucking clothes. I could do all that shit. Mm-hmm. We could make it a fucking episode with video and everything.
Oh, that'd be awesome.
Yeah. I fucking cut his hair. I even got wireless fucking machines. We can do that.
That'd
be fucking cool, dude.
Yeah.
And they call it like fucking Uli's LA makeover or something.
Yeah, LA makeover, dude. That sounds
fucking
cool.
bad. Yeah, and we'll give him a tattoo, a haircut, everything, dog. Clothing, wardrobe. Yeah, if he brings $500, says I don't shop for expensive things. You know, I could take him somewhere and find him some cool fucking clothes and shit. You know. He was saying, he's like, yeah, all I gotta do is lose a little bit of weight, dress different, and cut my hair. Mm-hmm. So
yeah, but I mean, there's some fat people that pull women. Like there's some fat guys that pull women, and it's not the way they look; it's how they conduct themselves.
Fucking idiot, dude. That word I've used it before. The homie Marvelous uses it a lot. And I've stopped myself from saying it because I hear it too much sometimes. But yeah, it's a cool word to use every once in a while.
But I'm saying like that's the way that they treat the woman. You know what I mean? Like it's,
but
the way they talk, the way like because I heard something and I was I think I was reading something and I heard something that foreplay starts outside of the bedroom.
You think so?
You start foreplaying, yeah, because like it's the way you talk to them, the way you.
You're right. To get them in, to even get them in a fucking bed.
Exactly. It starts outside of the bedroom.
What do they call it? It's courting. You're courting them.
Exactly.
So okay. Speaking of that shit, okay, like fucking, like I know from the beginning, dude. Like my wife is like beautiful. Like if you seen her, like what the fuck is she doing with this guy? Mm-hmm. I knew I would get that. I would get that all the time, even from women. Like when I used to work at Toyota, they saw her come in, right? And then she was looking for me, and they asked somebody, "Hey, that's Ramos's wife." Like what the fuck? Like they couldn't believe it. You know what I mean? And for the record, like I know I'm not the best looking guy. I know that because I look at myself in the mirror, and I've said this before in another podcast, but this is your podcast, so I'm saying it here. But like. You got to be real with yourself. Like I look at myself every day. I know I'm not the best looking. I'm kind of overweight, but that doesn't mean that I have a low self-esteem. That just knows that I'm aware of the way that I look. Right now, even though that's happening with me, I'm very confident. And my wife told me that's one of the things that drew her to me. That I was very confident. Yeah, I was very, very confident. She liked the way I look, and she liked. Big, aggressive looking man, I guess, you know what I mean? That can protect her, And also because she said I was really, really confident. And so I've told people before, yeah, I'm ugly. Like, oh, why do you say that about yourself? Because it's the fucking truth, dog. But that doesn't mean that I don't have any confidence. Because I know that I know how to dress. I'm funny. I got great personality. I have a lot of fucking things that make up for not having good looks. I'm fucking smart, intelligent. So you have to know that about yourself, you know? And so for me, I've been out of the fucking dating scene for fucking years since I've been married. I was married for 21 years. I was with my wife for 23 years, right? But, in work, sometimes I would get girls that would try to be kind of friendly, but I was always professional. So I never asked for that. You know what I mean? I was always very professional. It even seemed like I was kind of conceited, but conceited over what? You know what I mean? I don't. It's not. When you're conceited, it's because you look a certain way. I knew that I didn't look a certain way, so I wasn't conceited, but they kind of felt that. But I noticed that there was like dudes that were uglier than me, fatter than me, and they would be pulling these girls, right? And there's even guys that it's every chick, fat chicks, nasty chicks. Hey, what's up, girl? How you doing, girl? And they like that because they might not be getting that anywhere else, but you're giving them the attention that they're not getting. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So yeah, I think it has a lot to do. Yeah. So you see a lot of fat dudes with fine ass chicks, and obviously people think like, oh,
even ugly skinny guys with good looking girls.
People might think, oh, that fool's got to be packing some heat down there. Oh, he's got fatty. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And for me, it was neither.
But
you know what I mean?
yeah, but even if he's not packing heat down there, that doesn't matter. Like I have hold on, I have a lot of, like, not a lot, but like I have some female friends that
friends, they'll talk to you like
that I confide in
shit.
and ask them like,
shit.
hey, like,
does it make a difference?
Yeah, does it make a difference? And all of them, I'm saying 100% of them tell me that it doesn't make a difference. Okay. Like, it's all sometimes it does and sometimes it doesn't, but overall it doesn't matter as long as the female is very into the male.
I don't know. Well, I guess
because courting and foreplay starts before they hit the bedroom.
Oh yeah, that makes sense. Yeah. But I heard about that. I've heard that there's dudes that are packing, but they don't know what the fuck they're doing. You know what I mean? And some fool that's not packing, he's gonna try his hardest to fucking satisfy the woman. You know what I mean? And some fool that's like that. It's like for example, great example. I haven't seen this movie, but I heard Kim Kardashian. Right? She's got a bomb ass body, right?
Right.
But
no, I don't.
In that tape, well, that's what everyone thinks. Everyone thinks so, right? But in that tape, they say that she's just fucking laying there, dude. That's fucking boring.
Yeah.
So, I mean, just because, you got to know how to move too, you know what I mean?
Oh, the women.
Yeah. I mean, if they're just going to fucking lay there, it's not going to be any fun. So what's the point of having some fine ass chick if she's just going to fucking lay there, you know what I mean?
Right.
So that, from our standpoint, that's what I see too, like that doesn't really matter. But I mean, for me, like, it just depends on what you're in as a guy. Like for me, like a girl has to have ass, dude. I don't really care about the top because I don't care about that. But like for me, I don't see myself being with someone that doesn't have an ass because I'm so used to it. I've had that for 23 years. You know what I mean? So that's a must. You get used to a certain body type.
Oh yeah, definitely. Each man and each woman has their own preference on what they want.
Yeah. And some girls, they like chubby guys. I don't see, and I don't see how. I talk to someone, I was like, how do you like? That's disgusting. Like a fat man is disgusting. It really is. It really is. It's unhealthy.
Yeah.
I don't feel fucking good being fat, and I'm telling you, it sucks. Here, I mean, I'm not super fat. I know. Once I start going back into the gym, right now I stopped going because everyone's there with this fucking new resolution.
New year, new me.
But yeah, well, I mean, I can get in there in 3 months. I can get jacked quick, because of the old muscle memory. But right now I don't do it because there's too many fucking people there. I don't like.
There's a lot, dude. I haven't been because of that, and then plus I've been lazy. So I'm using that as an excuse to go back to the gym.
Yeah,
because there's too many people.
Yeah, there's way too many people.
Do you think that women have type? Like, do you have a type? Like,
I think right now I do, simply because that's the type that I had for 23 years. You know what I mean? And so I do have a type, but I think when you're desperate, you're like, fuck it, whatever. But at the same time, no. Because like I said, like I have to have ass. You know what I mean?
So that's a type, right?
Yeah, because I'm just so used to that. You would hug and then you reach automatically for the ass and there's nothing there. It's like, nah, dog, it doesn't feel right. You know,
pure
what I mean?
bone. You're just touching her spine, dude.
Yeah, or even if it's a fat chick has no ass, like it's I don't know, dude. Like I don't know.
Yeah.
So for sure, they have to have fucking hips and an ass. Because you'd be surprised. There's skinny chicks that got nice ass bodies with ass and everything, Because the
but have fucked up attitudes.
The distribution of the fat goes to the right places. You know what I mean?
Oh, okay, yeah, I see.
But yeah, like that's no. I guess that is I guess I do have a type right now, because that's what I've had for the and I don't see myself be with anything else like that. And I look in the future. I mean, right now I'm not looking for a relationship or nothing like that. It's too soon. It's been 3 months yesterday.
Oh, really?
The 15th. Yeah, it's been 3 months. And I'm a man, and I have my needs and shit. So sometimes I think about that, just sex. But as far as relationship, I don't want a relationship with nobody.
Yeah.
I don't. And then also I think like, fuck, people are going to see like, damn, this fool was with her. And then he has like, so I put these pressures on me where like, she better be at least equal to how my wife looked or better. Anything less, I'm gonna, not that I give a fuck about what people think, but it's like, even like me, like, man, like I should be. But at the same time, at my age, I'm 42 years old. I'm gonna be 43 in April. I can't be fucking picky like that. You know what I mean? I realized that what I had is a once in a lifetime, dude. Like from looks to the way she was, like she was an angel. Like literally what people say, like your fucking soulmate. Like I'm never gonna find no one like her ever again. I realized that, like, because she put up with my fucking, because I'm all over the place, man. I realize that I'm a little not difficult to deal with, but just like it requires a special kind of person to understand me, because I got a lot of stuff going on in my mind, you know. And I realized that she was fucking special, dude. She was loving, everything, dude. Everything you could ask for. She knew how to cook, fucking everything, dude. She was special. And I'm never going to get that again. I realize that. It's never going to happen. So I really can't be picky. I guess the only picky thing I'm putting out there is that she has to have an ass. That's it. You know, at least be pretty, you know?
Yeah.
Because what you got to think about is like, you know, I only got about 20 years left of my life if I even make it to 60, which I don't even want to be alive anymore. But if I do, I think based on how I've taken care of myself with eating all these fried foods and shit like that, and just not taking care of myself and just being a fat fucking pig, I realized that I didn't take care of myself and I got high blood pressure and all this shit, right? So I'm not going to live that long. And I don't want to live that long either. Even if I were to meet somebody, I know life isn't over right now. I might think life is over and I don't want to be here, but we're speaking about the present right now. And that's how I feel right now. I don't want to fucking be here, right? But if I think about the future, I can't be picky because I'm not going to fucking end up with nobody. At the same time, when I do end up with somebody later on, it better be somebody that, like, I can't wait to go home and fucking see this person. Like what I had. I can't wait to go home. I can't wait to spend time with her. I can't wait to have sex. I can't wait to just be with her. I want to have that again. I don't want to just fucking be with someone and I'm not even in love with her or I'm not attracted to her. It's a fucking chore. I don't want that. And I don't think whoever I'm with doesn't deserve that either. Like you deserve to be, I would tell my wife too, like, look, if you ever get tired of me and you don't love me, like, please tell me. I'm not going to get mad at you, you know, just don't go out and cheat on me. But if we break it off, it's cool, you know? Yeah. A couple of times I told her, I said, look, because like you deserve to be with somebody that you love, and I deserve to be with somebody that loves me. Everybody does. You don't, why the fuck, just because we have kids, you don't have to be with me. She's like, oh, don't, like, why do you say that? I'm like, because I'm telling you, I'm giving you the option. I don't want you to ever feel like you're fucking tied down, you know? So I think about that.
That's not good for somebody else's mental health.
It's not, because they don't want to be with you and they're fucking still with you. So I always gave her that option.
Right.
You don't have to fucking be with me. And she's like, oh, why do you say that? No, just so you know that you have options. You don't have to fucking be with me. And, but it was always, I mean, you know, sometimes you would get fights and shit like that. But so like, yeah, I'm saying all this because like, it needs to be somebody that I'm going to be happy with.
Yeah.
And it's not just me, you know, because right now, you know,
but I think ultimately that's what everybody strives for.
But
they strive for to be happy, right?
But the main thing is like, I mean, I'm not a shallow person, you know, like I'm not, but I guess you just get used to having something and you want to keep having that, you know, like you don't want to downgrade. You don't want to, even in your work, in your job, like you're getting paid a certain amount of money. You don't want to fucking downgrade it and take a pay cut. You know what I mean? I don't want to do the same thing either. But at the same time, I know that I'm placing limitations on that. You know what I mean? I'm placing limitations on what I can get, you know? And you know, as a man, well, I don't know if all men think this, but I think this, and even women probably think this, like you know what you can get. Like, let's say, you know, you see some girl, like, oh, that's like that's in my league, you know. And some women aren't on your league, and some women, you think that they're not in your league, they would still be with you. You know what I mean? So at the same time, you never know, you know. And I'm not the kind of guy who's like, hey, what's up, girl? I'm not like that, dog. Like, if I go somewhere, I just fucking, you know, kick it. They're looking at you, whatever. They know, hey, introduce yourself and talk. But I'm not this fucking dude.
How do you do that?
I don't do that.
No, but
I just fucking start talking to the person.
But how do you do that? How do you normal? But
I
what's normal?
I haven't done it in years, huh?
Okay, but before your wife, how did you do that?
It's normal. Hey,
what's normal?
Hey,
Tell me what's normal.
How's it going? How's it going? My name, I'm Jose. You know.
Okay.
What's your name? Hey, fucking, and just start talking. Not even say, hey, you look beautiful. Or, just start talking normal. You know what I mean?
Okay.
But I think it's going to be difficult for me, man, because I think even if I were to meet somebody, if they really get to know how I think, it's gonna fucking probably turn them off, man. But at the same time,
well, yeah, you're not gonna like.
At the same time, I'm really fucking interesting. I've been told, you know what I mean? Where it's crazy the way I talk, but at the same time, it's like you want to keep hearing what the fuck the way I think. You know what I mean? I didn't have that problem with my wife because she thought the same shit I thought, that she had the same values and everything too. You know what I mean? And but
I think that's critical, dude.
It is, dude.
You brought up something right now, like just like frame of mind, right? And just values overall, like family values, work values, what people want. And I didn't realize that up until recently.
That's
like,
big.
I didn't realize like looks are one thing, yes, and I do get it, but I think just the internal personality and values around everything, like a person being creative, a person have money, no money, whatever. Yeah. But I think just that is so important, and I just found that out just recently.
Yeah, it is, and so is like a really, really big thing for me, because I would be put in the box that I'm a Christian. I don't say I am, but I believe in Christ, and I'm just I just follow the Bible, right? But it would have to be someone who has the same beliefs as you. For me, as far as like not religion, because I'm not religious, but I guess spiritually, would have to believe in the same things as you. Because if you don't believe in the same things, or if they don't believe in God, if they don't, or if they're Catholic, it's gonna be totally different. Like I wouldn't want to be with a Catholic, and then. You know, as guys, we always talk about, hey, would you fuck this chick? How about this chick? Or would you fuck this? So I've had people ask me, hey, so would you be with a girl? Let's say she's fucking fine, dude, but she likes like banda and all that shit, that I don't like it, right? I'm like, no, I don't give a fuck what she look. What if she's fine? I don't care.
What if she looked like Jenny 69?
I don't care.
What if she was nasty. Jenny 69?
That's nasty, though.
Okay.
Implants, fucking, that's nasty. Attitude. Like, dude.
Buchona vibes, homie.
Yeah, that shit is all. And I know it's going to be difficult, too, because, I mean, I'm not looking for someone who's going to be like in their 20s, early 30s. No, it's going to be somebody who's like my age, who isn't going to be taking fucking ass selfies or taking selfies nonstop of themselves. But I was speaking to my brother about this, and he says that sadly, a lot of these women, they see that online, and they do that themselves as well, you know? I was lucky that my wife didn't do none of that shit. I couldn't even get her to send her a fucking, just fucking, hey, send me a picture, a nude picture. Because she wasn't like that. And you got to admire that shit. That's beautiful. Yeah. Because I'm her husband, and she's still not going to do that shit.
Wow.
Because that shit can be out somewhere. That's just not what she does. She's not that kind of woman. You got to admire that. That could be a test. Like, hey, send me some shit that the Hannah doesn't want to. That's good. You could be testing them like that. Because nowadays, nudes are obtained easily. Dick pics are obtained easily. Yeah. Right? Now, if you have somebody that has those type of morals that's willing to not send that to you, that's good. Because that means that she sent it to whoever the fuck else she was with. And she doesn't care that maybe that fucking picture can be leaked somewhere.
True.
Right?
No, that makes a difference.
Right? Yeah. So you gotta, so I'm putting a lot of fucking walls up, you know what I mean? But that you gotta be specific to what you want. At the same time, I'm running out of time, you know? And like I said, I only got about 20 years left. I'm 42. And you really don't want to set limitations, but you want to be happy for the remainder of your life, whatever the fuck that time may be. You want to be happy. You want to be happy, you know? Everyone wants to be fucking happy.
You know what's so weird, dude? Like just recently, was it recent? It wasn't recently. Like I just want to say, whatever, time frame doesn't matter, right?
Yeah.
There was this girl that we were dating, right? And I mentioned to her that I had atheist, like that I was atheist. Yeah. And she was like, she was she was stunned by it.
Yeah.
But I mean, coming from me, like I just blurt things out.
Yeah.
And I didn't. I don't know if she was offended, but like when I looked at it, she was puzzled.
You didn't think about that she might be sensitive to that comment that
it struck me. It was weird to me. It was weird because I just said the atheist word.
Oh, you didn't say nothing offensive?
No, I said
about religion?
no, absolutely not. Like she's heard a couple of my jokes about religion, but maybe she just he was just joking.
Yeah.
She didn't really think that like I was an atheist.
I think that was a complete turnoff, and that goes back to what I was telling you, where you have to meet somebody who has the same beliefs as you. Because let's say God forbid, she's in a situation where, you know, she is dying or she's sick and she needs your support and she needs your prayer, but you think that to you you're praying to nobody, and you know, so she's not going to get that support from you. You know what I mean? And so I feel that she's going to feel like she's alone.
Yeah, you know what? And then she did make a comment about like, hey, like right after that, like it was kind of quiet for a little bit, and then she was like, well, what if like I want to get married in a church? Like, so we're not going to get married in a church? Yeah, I would. Yeah, and that's what I told her. I was like, yeah, if that's what you want, like, dude, like weddings and all that stuff, like that's whatever my wife would want. You want to get married with 5 different priests? I don't care. Like it doesn't really matter to me as long as, hey, I'm getting married, dude. Like I'm getting married. That day, that wedding day is not my day. It's gonna be my wife's day, not mine. Yeah. The only thing that I care about is we're gonna have good food at the reception. That the catering. Yeah. Let me take care of the food and beverage. That's all I care about. Yeah, like as far as like if it's a church, if it's at Disneyland, if it's at Knott's Berry Farm, I don't care. Yeah. Legoland, whatever the fuck. Yeah. Doesn't matter to me as long as my wife is gonna be happy.
You know, and one thing about that too, that like me, I don't plan on getting married again. I don't plan on that. But with my wife, like she didn't care about none of that shit. I said, hey, what if we were to get money later on? Like, would you want to make like a big ass extravagant wedding, like what every little girl dreams about? You know. She's like, no, I don't care about that. I'd rather use that money and buy a fucking house. Like I don't care about that. And I was blessed with that too, man. Yeah. You know what I mean? Yeah, dude. That she didn't care about that stuff. That's all materialistic, and even like wanted to buy her a bigger ring, she didn't care about that. So, dude, I'm telling you, I was blessed in so many ways, dog, that you know, in this world that we live in now, that's like fucking rare. You know, she was very old school like me, you know, very conservative, and that's gonna be tough, man, because there's a lot of fucking liberals out there, you know, that are even my age that try to be SJWs and shit. So it's gonna be. I know it's gonna be tough, man. But it's cool, man. I mean, I'm cool by myself right now. The only thing is, like I said, you know, sometimes you get your fucking urges, and there's only, you know, so many times you can pleasure yourself. But when you do that, the urges go away. Yeah. You know what I mean? So we'll see what happens, man. But yeah, and I tell my kids, like, look, I'm open with them. Like, look, like, I'm a man. But I'm not going to bring anybody home to you guys. I'm not going to introduce you guys to nobody for about a year or two, you know? That's not what I want to do. That'd be fucked up. You know what I mean? And so...
What was their response?
They were like, okay. They just don't say no, okay. Yeah. But in the beginning, they were kind of scared that, am I going to meet someone? Am I going to bring someone home and shit like that?
Did you have that conversation with them?
No, but amongst themselves, they did.
Oh, okay.
And then I let them know, like, hey, look, this is what's going to happen. You know, I'm a man and shit. I was with your mom, you know? And, you know, we had sex, you know, because we're married and shit. And so, like, as a man, you need that shit because that's something that you're used to doing, you know what I mean? Right. And I'm like, okay. I said, look, I'm gonna go out places and shit like that. That doesn't mean I'm gonna meet somebody. Look at me. I'm not gonna have fucking women throwing themselves at me, so don't worry about that. Yeah. You know, if it happens, it happens. And I'm like, okay, but I'm not gonna introduce no one to you guys and shit. It's gonna be a couple years. I'm not gonna take nobody seriously. I don't want a girlfriend, you know. I might just go out, and if I meet someone, let's go out here and this like that, but nothing like a girlfriend or nothing like that serious. Yeah. And I'm gonna tell the person too. And you know, it's gonna sound like, oh, you have kids? Yes, I have kids, but they're not kids; they're adults. You know what I mean? Yeah. I think people ask you that if you have kids to see if like they're like little kids, so they're gonna have to fucking deal with the baby mama and shit like that. And you know. I'm sure if I say I'm a widower, I say, okay, well, he's a widower, so I don't have to worry about the wife and shit like that, you know?
Was it like that? I'm sorry. What was it like that when you were growing up dating that you had to worry about other kids? I mean, other, like now, like, because I'm 30,
we're
10 years apart, right?
So when I was growing up, it was, I didn't have to experience that because I was a father at 20 already, right? But my other friends, that had like baby mamas and shit like that, or homies that didn't get a girl pregnant and didn't have a family yet, they would have to worry about that. Like, yeah, the baby daddy that was tripping and shit like that, blah blah blah. You know, so that was because back then, dude, people were reproducing and actually having sex, and nowadays people aren't doing that. They're People are playing video games, doing TikToks and shit like that.
Right.
And they've been so brainwashed that they don't believe in the nuclear family. People don't have kids nowadays. They have dogs, you know, they have dogs, and those are their kids. They're afraid of that. And rightfully so. But what you got to realize is that's life, dog. Like, you know, I mean, I could also understand someone who, like I tell my kids, you know what? I tell my kids, don't have kids. Because this world is fucked up. Where I came from, yeah, it's fine. It was still cool. You know what I mean? We still had freedom of speech. There wasn't men running into fucking women's restrooms and shit and raping them just by saying that they're females. So all that shit, it was a totally different fucking time. Kids would be out there playing hide and go seek till fucking midnight. Now it's a fucked up world, and it's only gonna get worse. So I tell my kids, don't have kids. I tell them that. Yeah, I'm curious to have grandkids and shit like that. But I even know homies that are my age that have grandkids already, you know?
Right.
But I tell them not to, because this world is too fucked up, man. Like, don't do it. It's fucked up. And I talk to my daughter about certain things. Like, you know, like if you're with somebody and they're kind of violent towards you, just end that shit. Because, you know, you don't want to fucking fall in love with the person, you know, and put up with their abuse. Like, and you know, what I didn't do it intentionally, but I know that I was laying out the blueprint on how for my son and for her as to how a man is supposed to treat a woman, a lady. And
oh yeah, absolutely, dude.
And
absolutely.
I did a great job. They never saw me hit her. I never yelled at her. None of that shit. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. Yeah.
So,
even if like subconsciously, like a child picks up everything from their mom and their dad. Yeah. Subconsciously.
Yeah. So I know that, you know, so at the same time, like what I'm preaching to you is what I practiced. I wasn't beating the shit out of your mom or staying out and fucking other girls and shit. And then I'm telling you to do the opposite of that. No, what I'm telling you is what I practice. So I'm not being a hypocrite. This is I'm laying down the foundation of how a man should treat you, and for my son of how you should treat a woman. That, you know what I mean? Like that. And some people are afraid to show affection to their significant others in front of their children. I was not. I would kiss my wife and hug her and shit like that. She'd hug me. You know what I mean?
I don't get that.
That's beautiful.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We're not fucking doing sexual shit in front of them. Just like, you know, like normal. You know what I mean?
Right.
Because, you know, there's that's what the bedroom's for. But, they, you know, so they saw that, you know, so I'm happy that I'm setting that good example, you know, that's how you're supposed to be. And also the example of being a man and being hardworking and shit, you know. Someone's working from sunrise to sunset and even the fucking to midnight and going home and working another fucking job. Whatever the fuck you got to do, work 2 jobs. And, you know, they have some of my family members and people tell them, hey, your dad's still working 2 jobs. Oh, he's going to burn out and shit like that. And I tell my kids, well, what am I supposed to do? Stay home and fucking lose our apartment and not have any fucking money? No, I got to do what I got to do, man. You know what I mean? And I hope that shit sticks to them and they see the example, you know. And I'm not trying to do it on purpose. I'm doing it because I have to do it. Everything I do is because I have to do it.
Yeah.
I don't want to fucking work 2 jobs. I'd rather fucking be off on the weekends and have fun and spend time with my kids and fucking work on projects and do shit, you know?
Right.
But I don't. But luckily, we have this that we're doing here, that we're experiencing. We have this outlet to, you know, podcast, being on people's podcasts, doing mine. As much as mine is like kind of like, it's like whatever right now because motherfuckers ain't really listening because they're scared. But I'm going to keep going with the Patreon, you know, and the ones that are Patreons, they're going to be there. Fuck it, you know what I mean? And if you're really a fan of mine and you want to continue listening to it, $3 ain't shit. $5 ain't shit. You're gonna fucking pay it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's not. It's really not.
It's like I'm not being an asshole. Maybe I might come back when shit gets better and I'm happy, you know, and people might want to tune in a little more. But I've getting a lot of people, you know, telling me, hey, well, like, are you really gonna? Nah, bro, you shouldn't stop. Fuck them if they don't want to listen. Like, nah, dog. I do this for everyone and for myself. But I just feel like it's like I'm wasting my energy because I'm putting all my fucking soul into this fucking project. And I'm not getting the listens that I was getting all of a sudden just because like life is harder and people don't want to hear about that shit. You know what I mean? So I'm like, oh, fuck it. You don't want to hear it? Well, I'm not going to fucking put it out there for you to hear. You know what I mean? I'm just going to be on Patreon. Fuck it. For the real motherfuckers that really support me.
Yeah. I think once you put it on there, you're going to see who's you're going to see the who's and who's actually listening, who actually wants to listen.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know?
That's true.
So, I mean, when is that going to happen? Do you know?
I'm gonna do one
Soon?
more. I'm gonna do one more.
Pretty soon, huh?
Yeah, because you gave me a good idea. Because I was just gonna fucking stop, and the next one's just gonna go on Patreon, right? But what I gotta do is I gotta make maybe a short one, maybe 30 minutes, and like say, hey, check it out. This is what's been happening. The listens aren't there. Thank you for listening right now, because that means you do listen. But right now I feel like the way my life is going on, it's like too sad for some of you, and so there's less listens. So I'm just gonna go strictly Patreon and shit.
Yeah.
I'm sorry for those who are really good fans and listen and shit. But hey, if you could afford $5 for a Starbucks, you could afford $5 to listen to me and shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I finally folded.
Yeah.
And signed up for
Really?
Inside the Nutsack
Oh, shit.
podcast. I folded.
I heard about that. I saw the post.
You saw that?
Yeah.
And I think it was Lopez Avila that he wrote me. He was like, "Oh, so you sucked it up and you got." I was like, "Yeah, I guess." I got to support, dude.
Yeah.
I just all you guys support me and
You should buy
and
a
whatever
t-shirt
I
too,
do.
man. That's what I'm gonna start doing in the summertime. I'm gonna. You know what, I was thinking about hats, because when I went to the Ramblings and the hat, that shit was pretty cool, man. So I'm thinking about I might do that one that I made with where it's like half of me and half of the fucking Misfits logo with the skunk hat, and I might do that. My daughter was, yeah, you should do that logo. Just sell a couple of hats, see how that goes and shit.
What I want to do, I want to do some shirts, but I want to do some searching and shirts and give them out to like the people that come onto the show.
Oh, that's cool, dude.
Yeah,
That'd be cool.
yeah. First of all, and then I already have a vendor to do mugs. I want to start doing mugs and then send out coffee and mugs. Yeah, I actually like. I don't know, like I still have to do all the specs on it, but I kind of want to do like a monthly Patreon box, like a monthly subscription box.
Yeah.
Just with like cool like stickers or whatever. Every month something different.
But that shit's got to be at least $12 to $15 though.
Yeah, of course. I'm gonna make it worth.
Because if not,
I'm gonna make it worth it.
You're gonna lose.
Yeah, of course.
Because the content is free, but still, it's like it costs money to have fucking this studio, this lighting, fucking the internet, all that shit costs money.
Yeah.
The fucking equipment.
Yeah,
that's what people don't see. And sometimes, but at the same time, somebody who's gonna question why you're charging, they're not really supporting you. You know what I mean? Because they don't really see what it takes to, to produce this shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, like, I don't know. Like, I have my things with Patreon and other people that use Patreon, but I don't know. Maybe it's time that I do that. Yeah. But I don't know. I'm still thinking about it.
You should hint about it, like how you're doing right now. That way people get an idea that you're gonna do it, and then just keep talking about it. That's what I did. I was hinting about it. I've had it in April. It'll be 2 years.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, but what I do is I don't. It's like my digital piggy bank.
Yeah.
I just allow it to fucking pile on and shit, right? And then it actually helped me out one time, man. Like maybe like last year. My wife had stopped working, and I was on my own, and we had some savings and shit. And we just kept tapping into that, and then eventually that shit went away. And I went into my I had like $500 in there, and I pulled them out. And that
really?
That helped me save the rent.
Oh, wow.
It helped me pay the rent. And after that, shortly I got a job, the part-time job, and now I'm cool. That's how I manage now. But that actually helped me, so it was a good thing that I fucking have that, and I don't touch it. It's just there.
Question: does Patreon take a percentage out?
They do.
They do.
It's a small percentage. I think it's like 3%.
It's not 1%. Significant.
Nah, it's small. It's small
Okay.
For the service,
So it's a percentage out of your total.
Out of your total. Yeah.
Out of your total. Okay,
yeah,
not each person. Okay.
And like, let's say for example,
3%. You said, right?
Yeah. Like, let's say I have it, right, and then Whiskey J has it, right, and let's say I have a certain amount of fucking Patreons, right, and I subscribe to his, right. So what happens is we end up breaking even.
Yeah.
His is $5. Mine's $5. Is cool, But for the ones that don't support me back and I follow them, it just takes it from the money that I have in there, $5 or whatever. You know what I mean?
Gotcha.
Yeah.
So I have to make one now.
If you want, but
are you gonna subscribe if I make one?
You got to put content on there though. See, that's why that's what. Okay, if I didn't have the Patreon,
yeah,
I would stop podcasting and just go strictly to music. because I know a couple of bands, and I've been wanting to perform some shit, right? So, but I haven't made music like seriously in about 2 years, dude. I haven't made music where I just fucking do that shit.
What do you mean
every
seriously?
fucking day, like seriously into it when I want to just make music and and dedicate everything to music. You know, right now that's in the back burner. You know, and early on in the podcast, I would fucking do the podcast, and I'm producing it. And all of a sudden, I'll come up with like a quick little intro fucking song. It's about 30 seconds, whatever. Because those are easy to make.
Yeah.
They take like 5 minutes. And so I was still producing music and I was adding it to my recordings, right? But all of a sudden I just stopped doing it, and I haven't made a song in fucking about 1.5 years, 2 years, you know? So I think if I didn't have the Patreon, I would have, so the Patreon is what's saving my podcast. I would have just stopped, like, you know what, fuck everybody. I've done 119 episodes already. Yeah. That's more than enough. Even the motherfuckers gonna say that, oh, you know, there's some podcasters that couldn't make it and they stop podcasting. You know what I mean? I wouldn't give a fuck because I did that already. Fuck it. Right. I did 100. Fuck it. You know what I mean? Some motherfuckers only do it and they do like 5 and they quit, whatever. Yeah. I did it, you know, through the ups and downs, and I've had other shit that went wrong in my life, and I continued. I had just lost my wife, and I bounced back from that. And I kept doing it, right? You know, and so like, yeah, I don't, to be honest, I don't really give a fuck what anybody has to say anyways. You know what I mean? I just care about how I feel. Like the only people I give a fuck about is my kids or my brother, my mom, you know, their opinion. But anyone else, I don't give a fuck about, man. Like, you know, it's cool to, if it's a positive thing, like what I'm saying is I care about the positive things, or like people that I'm going to let down by not doing the podcast. But the negatives were like, oh, this will fucking stop doing it. He's weak. But I don't give a fuck about that shit, because I know my reasons behind it. Why am I doing it?
No, who cares?
Yeah, who gives a fuck? You know, so,
we're adults.
Yeah, I'm an adult. It's like some
we're
high school.
Adults, dude.
Yeah,
we're content creators.
Yeah, it's some high
this
school
is what
shit.
we do.
So like, so like, but that's the only thing that's saving it, dude. Or else, I go strictly into music, and trust me, dude. Like I've even been asked before hey man, like, are you willing to perform over here? I'm like, you know what? I'm thinking about that in the future. I'm gonna have, it'll be like my brother and my son with me, you know, playing instruments, and I'll just have a backing track and, you know, sing and shit like that. I'm gonna do it before I die, hopefully, unless I die first. But I want to do that before I die. And like I said, I got connections I got a couple dudes and they also that bar. It's their promoters. They asked me if I want to perform. Like, you know what? Right now, I don't have anything ready. They're called it's not a bar, but it's like in Lancaster. Oh, okay. They're called Luna Negra.
And they're
it's
they're musicians.
Some goth. It's like a husband and a wife. They have a fucking some goth thing. And in the beginning, they were real cool with me. They would listen to my shit. They would fucking the homie was, hey dog, let me know when you actually release something. Let me know so I can buy it, so I can play it at the club. Nice. Yeah. And then the Cure concert went down. I think it was 2019, and they were there and I was there, but I didn't see them because I was in the front, dog. You know, with my wife. And there was people posting videos of the Cure, and it looks like a fucking flea circus, right? I'm like, oh, look at these motherfuckers, dog. At the Cure concert, you can't even tell what the fuck they're looking at, right? So I'm like, at the Cure concert, it's like a fucking flea circus. And I put my experience. This is me at the Cure concert, and you see Robert Smith right in front of me, right? Oh. And I don't know if they took it like I'm making fun of them, but they just unfollowed me because they probably thought I was making fun of them and shit, you know? But I wasn't. I used somebody else's picture for that, you know? Yeah. Or I've done one where it's like people are at the Hollywood Bowl and they take a picture of Morrissey. They're way the fuck on top, like at the Hollywood Bowl, watching Morrissey. And then I'll show my experience. I'm fucking right there touching the motherfucking stage, homeboy, you know? Yeah. So people get offended, you know? But you gotta understand that I'm very passionate about that, about watching people live and who I watch live. Like, I want to be there. I want them to see me fucking, you know what I mean? And that's what Morrissey says, like, you know, like the Mexican audience, like the Mexicans, like, they want you to see them. They want you to acknowledge that they're there and shit, you know? And that motherfucker, they're singing and they're looking at you, so they're performing to you. Whereas if you're way the fuck in the nosebleeds, you're just a little fucking speck. Yeah. You know, I don't know. I'm weird like that, man, but I have to be in the front or I won't go.
Really?
Yeah. Unless it's free.
Yeah, because usually, like, when they open up the general admission, like, you have to get there, like, really early.
And that's what I would do. And I was telling my brother, like, man, my wife was down, man. Like, we're there like 4 hours before the concert starts in line. And then 2 hours waiting for him to come out. She was there with me, dog. Yeah. Never complained. We're even we're even on a fucking video of, there's a Morrissey DVD. It's called Morrissey Live 25. We're in the intro. They're interviewing people. We're you could see us in the background, dog.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, it's fucking bad, dude. So I wasn't gonna get interviewed. I was like, nah, I was too shy. Yeah. If it would have been now, I would have been like, oh fuck yeah. She's like, hey, come on, maybe do it. Like, nah. But so we're in the background.
Yeah.
We're maybe like 20, 28 years old, like, or 30. So I look totally fucking young. I'm not even wearing glasses and shit. I have hair. Yeah, it was cool.
I have hair.
Yeah.
I've recently just started getting into that, like at concerts, going up to the front. Because before, like, dude, I would just go to shows and just get fucked up, go in the pit,
it's a different experience.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
When the Coffins Cat played over here in at the Ontario Toyota Arena.
Yeah,
I was right there up front.
How is that place? Is it big?
So that show was on like a patio. It wasn't inside the arena.
Because I know they're not gonna fucking be in an arena. Because Morrissey played there.
No, it wasn't the arena. It was like a patio part outside.
The side of it. Oh,
yeah,
cool.
It was on the
small.
side.
That's better.
It was cool.
I like intimate shows. I like being part of small shows instead of those big ass ones.
Yeah, it was cool. And then who else? When Los Yesterdays played, when they played at the Goldfish in what city? I forgot what city. Right there on York Boulevard.
Oh shit!
I was right up front.
Dude, there's a lot of fucking places
with them too.
I live right by there.
Trish Toledo, fucking. She was there. She was like in the audience.
Yeah.
And then Adrian Carmine has a song with her, and like he brought her up as a special guest, and
cool,
she was
dude.
there.
Fuck
yeah, it was pretty cool.
I live maybe like about 10 minutes from like York Boulevard where that shit's happening. There's a club called the Offbeat.
Okay.
And sometimes they play like ska music and shit. So I'm gonna start doing that. Like, look at the local fucking scene
dude.
shit, you know.
Let me know, because I've been getting into that.
That's what I was thinking.
Going back to shows,
I was telling my kids, like, you know what, I'm gonna tell homie, let's see if he wants to come down and shit, because I want to start doing that, because I did it before, you know. I was everywhere with my wife. We'd go to different shows and shit like that. So I want to continue doing that.
Go back to shows and stuff. Yeah, might as well.
That's why, like that Demented or Go show in TJ, I want to go to that, but let's see what happens.
Yeah,
I might go from there, and then like after that, go to Guadalajara like for a week maybe. I don't know.
Oh, really? Okay.
My homie's gonna go over there.
Yeah.
That's where my paternal father's at. I'll probably just go see what's up and talk to him real quick. I don't know yet. I don't know what I might do and shit. But because we're gonna go to like a neighboring town where he's at and shit. You know, I have a couple of like half brothers over there and shit. You know.
Okay.
In fucking Guadalajara, I'm the oldest one and shit.
Out there?
No, here. I'm the oldest one. Period. You know?
Oh, okay. I see.
Yeah. So they know you know, but they just speak Spanish and shit, so they don't. Really
What do you do out there when you go?
I haven't been there since 1996 or 97. I think I haven't been out there, but I know my way around there.
Oh yeah.
Like if you just drop me off there, I know how to survive and where to go and shit. You know, even though the city's changed a lot, I know my way around there, and I speak Spanish fluently. That's my first language, so fucking. They might just know that I'm from over here based on how I dress and my stature and shit.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, I know my way around there.
Yeah, I'm. Good thing I'm taking some friends with me to TJ that know Spanish, because I probably wouldn't survive over there.
Yeah.
I look like I know how to speak Spanish, but I really don't. I'm learning.
It depends on how you dress too, though.
I'm learning.
Because if you wear those slip-on fucking dress shoes, you're gonna be like, what the fuck? This fool's rich.
Yeah, he's from Chino.
Yeah,
he's from Chino Hills.
And if you wear some chinos too, they're gonna be, this fool's fucking rich.
Hey, I'm pretty excited to see like the style of psychobilly over there, and
it looks the same. Yeah, people look the same. They just act a little more aggressive and shit. They'll bump into you and they won't tell you like, oh, my bad, or nothing like that.
My friend was telling me, she was like, dude, like because I was telling her, I was like, hey, just find a boyfriend over there in TJ.
Yeah.
And she was like, dude, it's just gonna be all the psychobillies from
here,
from LA going to TJ.
That's what happened, dude. When I went, we stayed at a hotel that's next to a.
Oh, by the way, we're talking about the Demented or Go concert that's going to be in, or the Demented or Go show that's going to be in Tijuana.
I think it's 13th
April.
and 14th, right, of April, I think, that weekend.
Yeah.
And when I went, when they first came down, I took my wife and kids But my kids stayed in the hotel. But our hotel was right next to a restaurant called Tacos El Gordo.
Was it in Mexico or what? Okay.
In TJ.
Okay.
Because he can't come over here. So we went and we're eating and shit. And I was wearing a hat. I had like some fucking crazy shorts and shit. And I just looked like a dad. I didn't have my quiff up or nothing like that, right? And then there's a group of kids. They're maybe like in their 20s, and they have like, because now what psychobillies do when they go bald, they just grow a heavy beard because like I don't know. So they all had like beards. They look like bikers and shit. But I knew that they were there for Demented or Go, right? So we're eating and shit, and then after I go, hey, what's up, man? You guys here for Demented or Go? They're like, what the fuck? Like this is what the fuck? This dad knows about this fucking music. I just look like a dad, I was like normal. I'm like, yeah, man, we're here for the Demented or Go show too. Oh, cool, whatever. And then we went to our hotel because our hotel was pretty close to that. And then after we saw the concert. Well, me and my wife hung out at the hotel till like 9 because we didn't want to go there early. We wanted to go right when they showed up. So we get there and boom, they hit the stage. We see them. We go home. We get home around 11 and we're kicking it there with my kids. All of a sudden, fucking, we hear Sparky. Sparky was directly across from us, but one room over.
No way.
Yeah, that fool didn't even party. He just went home and fucking kicked it.
Really?
And the next morning when he was taking a shower and getting ready, he was bumping his music and shit.
What?
Yeah. So I stayed right there, but I don't want to get off and fuck with him and get an autograph or a picture. I don't want to bug him.
Yeah.
But yeah, dude, I guess he doesn't party. He just went home. You would think he'd fucking be out.
Really?
Be out fucking chicks and all that shit, especially being in TJ, you know what I mean? He went straight to his fucking room like I did.
Oh, man.
Yeah. I don't want to bug him and shit.
I got to find out what hotel room he's going to be in. Or what
I know what hotel it is because that's the same one that they used. I know.
Are they playing at the same place?
Same place.
At the same venue?
Where they played last time was the Black Box. I don't know if that's going to be this time around, but it's called the Black Box.
Oh, I think so.
It's on Revolution.
I think so.
They have a lot of goth concerts there too, like Lebanon Hanover and Cellophane play there. So when they come down, I'm going to go see them for sure, dude. Fucking Lebanon Hanover's fucking bad. They can't come over here.
No,
because Trump did some fucking strict fucking guidelines and shit where they can't come.
Do you know why Sparky is not allowed in the U.S.?
Yes, I do. They were here.
I never really looked it up, but
they were here in 2004, and I saw them. My daughter, I just had my baby daughter, and she was a couple of months, and they were going to be here in Almani at the Moose Lodge, and that was his birthday.
Oh, I remember that.
My wife was cool as fuck, man. She said, "Oh yeah, go ahead and go." She wanted to go, but she couldn't. She had her newborn.
Yeah.
So I went, dude. And I saw him, and it was on his birthday and shit. It was a cool fucking show. But that tour, that was the last time he was here. What happened was he was in Florida somewhere, and he was wearing a purple dress. He had like a little tutu skirt, and he was wearing some silver cowboy boots and his quiff and shit, right? And he saw a chick, what he thought was a chick, and he grabbed her ass or pinched her ass. Turns out she was a minor. So he got arrested and booked, so he can't come because of that.
Really?
Yeah.
So it was like, of course, I mean that I'm not trying to minimize like what he did or anything, but I heard that it was more than that he actually had intercourse with a minor.
I never heard of that.
No?
I never heard of that. No, I just heard he smacked her and that was it.
Really?
Yeah.
Dang.
And so he actually got arrested because I think if it was an intercourse, he would have served some time.
He got arrested and deported.
Yeah. Because if it would have been intercourse, he would have been here for a long time.
Oh, absolutely. He would have been in prison, right?
Yeah. See? So I didn't hear that part. I just heard he smacked her. And he didn't know.
Okay.
And he smacked her and shit. Because if it was that, the chick's not going to say anything. The little girl's not going to say anything. He's going to fucking take off.
Right.
I'm sure that happens all the time, dog.
Oh, yeah.
Punk bands and shit like that. These little girls are groupies and shit.
Yeah.
It happens. It's fucked up. I'm not.
But that's reality of it.
That's what happens.
That's what happens.
Yeah.
So that's why he's not.
Yeah, like fucking Lars Fredriksson, that fool can have any fucking chick he wants that goes to a show, right? But I guess there's a song where he goes to Japan and he gets fucking $1,000 whores and shit. He says it in a song.
Really?
Yeah, Japan $1,000 whores.
1,000 yen or 1,000 US dollars?
$1,000 whores, dog.
Okay.
In Japan, yeah. And he talks about being with whores and shit like that. It's just, I guess, just for the thrill of it.
It's a $500 whore now because the US dollar,
it went down. Yeah, but yeah, Lars Fredriksson and the Bastards. He has his 2 CDs. Those are fucking bad, dog.
Yeah,
you should check them out. Yeah,
who's this?
Lars Fredriksson. He's the
drummer from
lead guitarist
Metallica?
for Rancid.
Oh,
I don't like Metallica.
You don't like Metallica?
No, the only CD that's okay is that fucking the black one.
Okay,
the one that has fucking Enter Sandman and shit. That's
okay.
But I don't like them, man.
No?
They're a total joke, and I think anybody who likes
Total
that,
joke?
yeah, anybody who likes that music, it's like,
What about Master of Puppets?
nah,
That-
I don't like that shit.
That album, really?
Nah, it's
What?
too generic, man. Too generic. It's like, yeah, it's I don't like it. I think anything after the Black album sucks because that's when they fucking sold out and they went GQ. They cut their hair off and all that shit. You can't bounce back from that, dude. You can't bounce back from that.
So it was the dude from Rancid then.
The dude from Rancid, he's a lead guitarist, Lars Fredriksson. Rancid came out. They used to be Operation Ivy. They broke up. So the bassist and the guitarist came together. They made Rancid.
Wait, hold on. Say that again?
Operation Ivy was a band.
Right.
And
I remember listening to them.
The bassist and the guitarist got together and made another band. They broke up.
Oh,
Rancid.
really?
Rancid, right? They came out with the first CD. It's self-titled. And then Lars Fredriksson, they offered him to be in Rancid. And Lars Fredriksson's older brother, rest in peace, told him, hey, you better fucking join the band. I'm going to fuck you up. So he joined the band. So when he joined, fucking totally different. He came out on Let's Go. And so like you have him singing and shit, and then fucking Tim singing. So that album is fucking good, man, because that's his debut when he came out. That was fucking bad, dude.
So Lars is he's the guitar.
He's the lead guitarist for Rancid.
And then Tim Armstrong is
He's a rhythm guitar.
And the singer? Because I know
they switch off.
Because I know Rancid by Tim Armstrong, not by Lars.
No, Lars sings a lot of songs, and so does Matt Freeman, the bassist. They switch off, but Tim, he pretty much just has a guitar. He has it hanging down. He just fucking do one strum and shit like that. He's a good guitar player, but he just has one or two little strums or a solo real quick.
Yeah.
He's a big fan of Joe Strummer. Big fan. You could tell in the way he sings too. Yeah. So he's a big Joe Strummer fan. But yeah, Lars Fredriksson and the Bastards are fucking bad, dude. But now he's a fucking skinhead.
Okay.
He's a skinhead, but I mean, people who don't know about subcultures are gonna think he's a neo-Nazi, but no.
Yeah.
A skinhead is just working class blue collar fucking That's what it is. There's Mexican skinheads too. There's blacks. There's black skinheads. It's a way of life. But what happened is the fucking the white fools, the KKK, took over that shit and they made the white supremacist skinheads, which these working class skinheads, which are sharps with their skinheads against racial profiling, will beat the fuck out of those dudes if they see them. They'll clash and shit. Yeah. So it's different. It's a lot, but people think bad things about things they don't know about. You know what I mean? You're like, oh fuck, it's a skinhead. You automatically think it's something bad. But yeah, dude. So he's a skinhead now, and he has a band called the Casuals. So casual, yeah, they're called the Casuals.
The Casuals,
old firm Casuals.
Old Firm Casuals.
Old Firm. Yeah, and a firm is like a fucking football club, soccer.
Gotcha.
Firms and shit. Yeah, but yeah, and that music sounds kind of like '60s fucking like skinhead oi. So it's pretty cool.
Something like Rocksteady. No,
it's oi. It's like
more
almost
oi.
like punk rock.
Punk rock.
Yeah, but more like fucking everyone singing along and shit.
You ever see that movie This Is England?
Fuck yeah, that's one of my
great
favorite movies.
Movie, dude.
Fuck yeah,
great movie.
This is England, and this is England. Are you consider yourself Jamaican or English?
Yeah,
right? And he's all fucking scared. He's like English. Yeah, that movie's good, and so is Green Street Hooligans. Green Street Hooligans. So anybody fucking listening right now, after you're done with these 3 or 4 hours that you're gonna fucking watch, go buy. You're gonna want to buy some Foster's beer or some fucking German beer or something from
actually
Europe.
Foster's is Australian, so maybe not.
It's good though, because that's what they drink there too. They drink Foster's. So I'm saying Foster's, but you want to watch This Is England and Green Street Hooligans and buy plenty of beer and kick it because you're gonna want to stop it and go get some beer. But those two fucking, and the last one would be Romper Stomper. That shit's fucking bad, dog. Those movies right there, you have a good ass evening and you'll stay in and watch those fucking movies. And that'd be good if you watch all three. It's like, dude, every single movie's fucking good. Yeah. But Romper Stomper's a little more violent because it's fools from, I don't know if they're in Australia. They're against the Vietnamese dudes. So these are skinheads from fucking Australia, and they fuck up the fucking Vietnamese.
Really?
But the Vietnamese dudes fuck them up too. It's a good fucking movie, dude.
Romper Stomper.
That fool from Gladiator comes out.
Okay.
It's fucking bad, dog. Romper
Really?
Stomper, This Is England, and Green Street Hooligans.
I have to go back
Thank
and
me
watch.
later
I have to
in
go
the
back and
comments.
watch Green Street Hooligans.
You haven't seen that one?
I haven't seen that
It's
one.
fucking bad.
Is it good?
It's fucking good, dude. Yeah. That's before the guy from Sons of Anarchy was famous.
Oh, okay.
The white dude that
Yeah,
everyone
yeah.
fucking named their kids after, Jax.
Okay.
That dude.
That named the kid
They did, dude. I know a lot of people that did.
Jax.
Yeah. Jax.
Okay. Yeah, I haven't seen that one. This Is England for sure, dude. I remember that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, when I was like 14, 15 years old.
Fuck, you saw it when you were that young?
Yeah. I think no, hold on. 16,
Fuck.
17 years
That's a
old.
good time. I'm surprised you didn't turn into a skinhead. Just now you got the hair.
Well, I like the I like the style of
It's fucking expensive though, man.
I like the style, yeah, Fred Perry
It's
and yeah.
expensive. Ben
But
Sherman shirts.
yeah, so like back then I kind of dressed like a skinhead, but I had a
Yeah.
quiff.
Okay.
Yeah, I had my Doc Martens.
Yeah.
I used to have sport white laces.
Yeah.
White laces or green laces.
Yeah.
I used to switch off, and like the straight leg pants.
Yeah.
Had small like little cuffs.
Yeah.
I dressed like a skinhead, but
you had a quiff.
but I had a quiff.
They say that Morrissey's a fucking skinhead with a quiff.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah. Because a couple songs are kind of racist. Like there's one called Bengali and Platforms.
Mm-hmm.
And it says, because life is hard enough when you belong here. And he's singing about a person from India. Life is hard enough when you belong. When you belong here, life is hard enough because
Yeah.
that means he belongs here.
Okay.
He doesn't belong here, right? And there's a couple songs where he said a couple of comments about like the Chinese, because you know the Chinese, there's a Yulin Dog Festival, and he says that they're a subspecies.
That
The Chinese are a subspecies because they eat fucking dogs and cats.
Wow. So he's saying
He
that
said on record. He said that.
really?
Yeah.
Wow.
And he said that Madonna keeps adopting like the kids from Africa, and that she's gonna fucking skin them and eat them.
Jesus
That was
Christ.
just crazy shit, dude. Crazy shit.
Okay, we didn't get into it on the Rambling Alcoholics podcast, but I wanted to ask you about your thoughts on Girlfriend in a Coma. We never talked about it.
Oh, we didn't, huh?
No.
I think realistically, what it is, it's like a metaphor. She's in a coma because she doesn't want to talk to him. She's mad at him.
Oh, okay.
That's one idea.
Okay.
But he didn't have a girlfriend because he was asexual.
Mhm.
He didn't want to have sex. But there was a friend that he had, and I don't know if he was ever intimate with her, but her name was Linda Sterling, and she used to be in a band too. And that band has a good fucking song. I just can't think of the name of the band, but it's really, really good. But she's a photographer. That's his friend. And
Linda Sterling.
yeah, and on The Queen is Dead, I think it's got the song Cemetery Gates. And he talks about, it's a dreaded sunny day. I'll meet you at the cemetery gates. So like they're walking in the cemetery, him and her. And he says, a wild is on my side. So a wild is on his side, Wild's grave is on his side. So they're talking about being in the fucking. So that was them. They used to fucking just hang out in the graveyard and kick it and fucking hang out, take pictures and shit. That was like one of his best friends. And she was a female. But it's not about him fucking anybody up because he didn't do that. You know what I mean?
Okay, so it's not literal. It's not a literal song.
No, a lot of the things that he wrote were like comedy. It was meant to be funny.
Satire.
Satire.
Okay.
Like some girls are bigger than others.
Mm-hmm.
He's like being funny, And they asked Johnny Marr, like, "Hey, dude, that's a badass riff. That's a badass song."
Johnny Marr is the
Co-writer.
guitarist from the Smiths.
Did you get mad when he fucking started singing? Some girls are bigger than her. He's like, no, because he did what he wanted to do. And I was open to whatever he wanted to do creatively. So no, that's fine. And so yeah, he wrote about that. But what they say, there's a conspiracy on that CD. And
What's the name of the CD called again?
The Queen is Dead.
The Queen is Dead.
There's a conspiracy surrounding that, and it's about Princess Diana. The first song on side A on the cassette is Smash and Arches. And on side B, the 13th song is Smash. So Arches and Smash, right? And she smashed into the 13th arch under the bridge. It was an arch and she smashed, right? There's a bunch of things, dude. Also, some girls are bigger than others. Some girls are bigger than other girls' mothers, right? Mother Teresa died too around the same time.
Mm-hmm.
But she is bigger. So some girls are bigger. So she's more famous. Princess Diana's more famous than her.
Oh, okay.
So there's a lot of things, man,
Yeah.
that there's a website you can look into it. I didn't really read into it because it seemed like they were trying too hard to make it all connect.
Gotcha.
But the 13 and all that, you can't deny that because it's on there.
Somebody probably heard the Paul is dead theory about the Beatles, and they ran with it and they wanted to make connections for the Smiths.
Yeah.
Right. What do you think?
Nah.
Did we get into it the last time? About
Paul McCartney?
Yeah, Paul McCartney.
Mine, we just talked about how that fool's dead and he got decapitated and the hyena lost her leg and shit. That's just real though, because the new one doesn't look like the first one that came out.
Yeah,
but I'm not a Beatles fan. Like, I mean, I think they're okay, but for me, the Smiths are way fucking better. Like way fucking better.
So to you, the Beatles aren't a gift from God.
Fuck no. I could do without them.
Beatles or Stones.
You can erase all their fucking music. Beatles,
Yeah.
Stones are shit too. You can erase all their music, and I wouldn't give a fuck.
Really?
I wouldn't give a fuck. It doesn't do anything for me. It's too. Also, you know that it's. I mean, some people might say that okay because of the popularity, a lot of people like it. It has to be good. No, it's all that shit is. You like it subliminally because they worked with a lot. They worked with a lot of Aleister Crowley's teachings, so you're gonna like it because you're programmed to like that music.
Wait, hold on.
You didn't know that?
No.
Okay. Aleister Crowley, he taught all that black magic and shit.
There's a movie, right?
I haven't seen it.
That you were telling me about.
I haven't seen him. I've seen a documentary on him.
Yeah, there's a documentary about him.
But the Beatles, Michael Jackson, a lot of your favorite artists love that fool, right? And they follow his teachings and shit. So they use a lot of subliminal shit in their fucking songs. Like the Beatles were the first ones to use backmasking in their songs.
Yeah. George Harrison. He was the one that started doing
Zeppelin,
that. And the Revolver album.
The guitarist from Led Zeppelin, he fucking he was all into the occult and shit, dude. He purchased
Robert Plant
purchased fucking Aleister Crowley's house.
Did he?
In Loch Ness. Yes. Yeah. And there's a portal to hell there. Because that fool, in the beginning, Aleister Crowley didn't know how to fuck with the how to bring forth these fucking spiritual demons and shit. He didn't know how to do it at first, so he made a mistake and he fucked up. But it was his wife that actually did see something, and she was actually better at it because she was there with him. She actually saw something there was something that he would call an entity that he would call on and shit.
Really?
But every single woman that was with Aleister Crowley ended up going to the fucking mental hospital and died.
He was probably just a terrible person.
Oh, he was. But he also tapped into that demonic, satanic shit, which you don't believe in, but it's not even, it's old, man. It has to do with a lot of Egyptian shit.
Yeah. So I was thinking about your question the other day where you asked me about Satan.
Yeah.
And then talking to another friend of mine that she is an atheist, but she recently did psychedelic mushrooms.
Yeah.
And her friend asked her because she had like this weird experience with spirits and stuff. And her friend asked her like, okay, you being an atheist, you doing magic mushrooms and experiencing this, like, how do you feel now after that? Yeah. And when her and I were talking about it, and I was like, you know what, she makes a great point because, an atheist makes their points based on science and experience. Now, maybe not experience because lots of people can experience different things.
Yeah.
But I mean, I've experienced some weird stuff on psychedelic mushrooms, and I don't know, like maybe, and I always go back to like me thinking like I'm just high. I'm high on mushrooms.
the psilocybin is doing something to my brain cells for me to hallucinate and see these different things. However, I don't know. Like it's just
what it really
weird.
is, though? What it really is, and I've experienced this with marijuana when it's like a certain strain,
Mm-hmm.
you get to like see things in your mind that you wouldn't see before,
Mm-hmm.
and even like you get like people can communicate with you telepathically.
Mm-hmm.
And I think with the whole mushroom experience, whatever it is that goes on with that, I think what happens is you are able to tap into another dimension because when you're not under the influence, you're not using all of your brain.
Right.
And so when you use those type of drugs, they allow you to use your brain and tap into like another dimension. So I'm thinking that you're seeing things that are in a different dimension that we can't see.
Yeah.
There's a lot of beings that are around us, but we can't see them.
Yeah.
But babies can see them, and so can animals.
Absolutely.
Babies can see them because they don't have the ability to communicate with us, and I think that's why they have that ability. And then once they're able to communicate, then it goes away.
Yeah.
But for some people, that ability never goes away, and they're adults, they're teenagers, and they're able to see shit all the time.
Yeah, so I can't now like thinking about it, like I can't throw away that I can't throw around that atheist. Like I can't consider myself an atheist.
What are you going to be, agnostic?
No, I'm not. Why do I have to label? Like, why do we have to label?
Because
as a belief?
I think because you have to, because people are going to ask you, they're going to be curious, so there has to be.
I'm a psychonaut. I'll just tell them I'm a psychonaut.
Yeah, they're going to tell you, well, what is that shit?
Well, I take psychedelics.
No, but what religion? They're going to say, okay, well, do you believe in God? Do you believe in the devil?
Right.
What do you worship? They're going to ask you.
I don't have to
That's what
worship
they're asking you.
anything.
Then just say, no, I don't believe in anything, which means you're atheist.
I believe in coffee.
No, but they're asking you your
I believe in
religious
magic
beliefs,
mushrooms.
or what do you believe? So, because you believe in the Big Bang, right?
But I do believe that there was a person named Jesus, and I believe, like, the Bible. Yeah, of course. Like there was that story. That it could have been that story, historical or not. Like, do I believe everything in the Bible?
Yeah.
No.
Okay.
I mean, do I believe some stories in there that actually happened?
Yeah.
Thousands of years ago, possibly.
Yeah.
Right. But it's not to say like I'm Christian.
Okay, this is a deep ass question, dude.
Mm-hmm. I'm not Catholic.
This is a deep ass question, and this is what I believe. This is what I believe occurs when you're dealt with like a fucking hard fucking blow, loss of loved ones, right?
Right.
So prior to your parents passing away, did you believe in God? In Jesus? Were you spiritual, or you've never have been?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah. I grew up in the church, dude.
Okay. What I feel happens a lot. It happens a lot, and rightfully so. Is that whenever we experience traumatic events like losing a loved one, you easily can say, you know what? Why did God allow this to happen? And a lot of times, what happens is people lose their faith in God, or they say like, why are kids being killed? Why are kids dying of starvation and stuff like that? And so, you think like, why would a God allow that to happen, right? And then, so since this tragic event happened to you, you turn away from God, and that's usually what happens. Do you think that's what happened to you?
No, because I was heavily involved in the church after my mom died.
Oh, okay.
For years and years and years. I just kind of like I just fell off of it because no, it was Christian. It was a Christian church.
It's totally different from a Catholic.
Catholic church. I was heavily involved, dude. Like I went to church 3 times a week.
Okay, when you went and you would worship, I don't know if this happens to everybody. It's happened to me, but you got to be open, right? And you got to be open and not care what anybody says. Let's say there's a prompts and you're singing and you're just into it and you're listening to the Word of God. Did you ever feel like some warmth come into you, like peace come into you? Did you ever experience that?
Yeah, I mean, well, they call that the Holy Ghost, right?
Did you ever
Or
feel
the
that?
Holy Spirit? Yeah, of course.
Okay. I have before. I've never felt that in a Catholic church, in the Catholic Mass. Never, ever.
But dude, I experienced that.
What do you attribute that to?
Just experience that
Holy
sensation.
Ghost. Since you don't believe in God, what is it now scientifically? What is it to you? What does it mean to you now? What's causing that?
I mean, I don't know.
Because I've never felt that anywhere else besides church.
You've never felt it like when
Never.
you're up at on karaoke night singing?
Never. The only time I felt something close to that was a couple hours after my wife passed away.
Mm-hmm.
She's laid out in front of me like this, right? Her head's here, her legs are here.
Yeah.
And I'm here and I'm fucking just crying like crazy, like a fucking madman.
Mm-hmm.
And I look up to the sky and I'm asking God why, like why is this happening? You know, why? And like maybe like 2 weeks prior to that, we were watching a service on TV, on internet, and he said that the pastor said that it is better to be in the house of mourning than in the house of mirth. And what the house of mirth means is like partying and being happy, right? So all of a sudden, I would say a couple of minutes after me asking God and questioning why is this happening to me, that scripture came to my mind, right? And then I understood.
Mm-hmm.
I understood that I'm experiencing this so I could know what mourning feels, and I felt like peace. I felt warmth. I felt like the presence of God, and I understood. As messed up as it is, my wife is no longer alive, and she's here in front of me.
Mm-hmm.
And reality hit me, but I felt that peace, and I felt that I'm experiencing this, so I know. So out of that, I realized that that what I'm experiencing right now, this loss of a loved one, this mourning, this fucking agonizing pain, it's fucked up, right? But I'm feeling this because grief is a lot more powerful than love. It is, and I know that. I've learned that from that experience. And what it is I'm feeling this way. It's so beautiful that I'm crying and I'm feeling so messed up because this person is no longer in my life. But that's happening because this person showed me so much love, and I gave her so much love, and that's why I'm feeling this.
Yeah.
And so after that, I feel this peace come over me, and my kids are with me. And I'm telling me, hey, you can cry, just cry. It's all right. Look, I'm crying. It's okay. Like, you know, and I allow myself to cry. And so, yeah, I realized that that's why this is happening, you know, because, and then I was even thanking God. I'm like, thank you, God, for allowing me to experience this. And I was able to express what I was feeling. I was speaking through my heart, dude. And I was thanking, thank you, Doc. Thank you, God, for allowing me to feel this. And thank you for letting my heart speak. And I'm speaking what I'm feeling, dude. And like every time I'm crying, people behind me are like crying. And, it just felt like I was directing like an orchestra of pain is what I call it, you know, because I'm crying, everyone's crying after me.
Yeah.
But it was beautiful, and I felt that. And then after an hour of crying nonstop, her parents showed up, and I sat down with my kids, and I felt peace. And then after they were gonna let us view her for 2 hours, the last half an hour they gave us, they said, you know what, we're gonna give you guys another half an hour. So me and her mom go up to my wife, and I'm touching her, right, her arm. All of a sudden, I feel warmth. She's warm again. And I'm like, man, I'm not going crazy. And I touch her, and she feels warm. Mm-hmm. She was cold. I felt her when she passed away, and she was cold already, right? And then when I went back up and I was touching her, she was warm. And then her mom touched her, and her mom says, yeah, she feels warm too. So I kind of felt like she went back in there again real quick. So me and her mom, it was crazy. I never experienced nothing like that. My dad had died in December. When we showed up, he was already cold, and I closed his eyes and stuff, and he didn't change temperature like that, but she changed temperature, dude.
Wow.
And I wasn't going crazy because her mom,
her mom
reassured me that, yeah, she was in there real quick. And after a while, then she went away from that. But yeah, dude, that's the last time I felt an experience like that, where it's like I feel like this warmth and peace, you know? And so I know it's not something that I can, it's not a state that I can put myself into. It's something that because of what's happening in that moment, that entered me. You know what I mean? That peace where I was able to experience that feeling. But it's not something that I could just hear or at a concert experienced. And like I mentioned, I'm a big Morrissey fan, dude. And even the first time that I saw him, I didn't feel that. My heart was beating like crazy, and that was it. But I've shook in his hand. I fucking been right there in the front. I don't feel that.
Yeah.
Oh, because I'm not a fucking, that's not my idol. I God knows God's number one for me. And despite this occurrence, me losing my wife, I haven't lost my faith. And I told myself I was not going to allow myself to lose my faith in God. I could very easily do that. Oh, why'd you take my wife? F that, but no, like everything happens for a reason, man. I truly,
absolutely,
truly believe that. What it is, I don't know what it is. But I've been getting a lot of things that I come across, and they say you had all these bad things happen, but good things are going to happen to you. I keep coming across that.
Yeah.
And I'm not looking for it. I'm not searching it.
Right.
I keep coming across it, So I don't know, man.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't change losing my family. I wouldn't change anything because it made me who I am.
Yeah.
It just makes me the person that I am today.
You know what? That reminds me of a point that I said. I'm moving around like I got worms in my ass or ants in my ass, but that I realized that I told her family. I told them, I said, look, if I had the chance to go back in time and I had the choice to be with her, knowing that this was going to happen, I would do it 100 times. Because the time that I was with her, although it seems like a lot of time, it was a short amount of time. It was 23 years of being with her, actually. 21 married, right? It was so fucking beautiful. It was the best time of my fucking life. It was fucking a dream, like it was beautiful. Like, like I would not fucking change it. Even though knowing that I was going to feel this pain and grief and life was going to suck afterwards, I would still fucking do it again. Even if I knew that this was going to happen, I would still fucking do it 100 times. I told him, So many people wouldn't do that. They know that this is going to happen. They don't want to feel this shit. I didn't want to feel this. Secretly, I wanted to fucking go first. I even told her, and there's an episode where I said, I'm going to die first. She's like, hey, you may never know. I might go before you. And she says that shit, dog. And I heard it back. I was like, damn it. Surprisingly, hearing her on my podcast brings me a lot of joy. You would think it makes me sad. It fucking makes me happy.
I bet, dude. I bet.
I can hear her laugh. And
that is so cool. That I'm telling you, that's a great, that is awesome that you get to go back and listen to
I just go back, and all the ones that have her on it, I put hearts on them so I can find them really easily. And dude, it's fucking beautiful. I can hear her laugh, and it's fucking
That's
cool.
awesome, man.
It makes me happy.
Yeah.
Instead of being sad, it's like, fuck yeah. It makes me happy. But if I listen to music, damn, music fucking bring out the sadness in me. So I try to avoid music that she listened to, or music that helped me express all this fucking sadness. I try not to. I'm not running away from it. It's just that if I allow myself to be in that place, I won't be able to function. I won't be able to work. Sometimes when I'm driving, I'll be driving and I'm fucking crying and shit. And then when I get to the place I have to service, I'll sit there for like 5 minutes and I'll still continue to cry, and I'll snap out of it, and then I'm fine, and then I'll be cool. But like I said, I don't run away from it because it's reality and it's what's happening, but I don't allow myself to be there too long.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? Because then I won't function, dude. Because I'm so passionate about everything that I do is like, make sure I do my best at it. And I'm very passionate about every fucking thing that I do. So even when I cry, I want to feel these things, I wanted to feel everything, like the fucking, all the hurt, I want to experience everything. I don't want to fucking shy away from it because this is fucking reality, and some people shy away from it, or they don't want to cry and they're afraid of crying, and then it eats them up for years because they were never able to express all this fucking sadness, and it stays buried somewhere in their heart, Yeah. And I don't want to do that.
So long answer short, I don't know if I believe in Satan or not.
But in order for the devil to exist, God has to exist.
Right.
Good and evil.
Maybe, okay, so maybe there is, maybe there are a negative entity and a positive entity.
Well, then you're acknowledging, you're acknowledging the existence of that, but you just don't want to give them the name that people have given.
Maybe, I don't know.
That's what it is.
It could be.
Yeah, you don't want to give it that name. Yeah,
it could be. It could be that.
Yeah,
Yeah, I mean,
so you don't believe in the Big Bang, right? That shit just fucking blew up, and all of a sudden you have a heartbeat and fucking your lungs work.
well, it didn't just start like off
Yeah, that's
like
stupid.
that.
That's fucking dumb.
No, I'm just saying. I'm like, it's not like the Big Bang happened
Yeah.
and
That's what they say though.
and then. But it happened over millions and millions and millions of years.
Yeah.
There was organisms that evolved over millions and billions and billions of years.
None of that shit. I don't believe none of that shit. But that's the cool thing is we have the ability to believe whatever the fuck you want to believe, and I think the way that we can coexist is by respecting each other's beliefs.
Yeah,
and the people that I've come across, as far as like podcasters, they might talk shit behind my back, but at least when they're encountered with me and I open up about my beliefs and what I believe, I'm never ridiculed. They respect it. Oh, okay, you believe that? Oh, well, why do you believe it? And I explain it, and that's cool. You know what I mean?
I mean, unless you're on like an atheist podcast, right?
Yeah.
I mean, to somebody refuting
then they're gonna try to
debating.
And I'm gonna have to do and I'm gonna have to fucking debate and shit like, which I wouldn't want to be on. I know back a couple years ago, somebody reached out to me and they kind of mentioned that they kind of wanted to kind of debate me. I was like, okay, well, you got to let me know what the fuck we're going to talk about so I know what the fuck to bring to the table and I'm prepared, because you're going to be prepared with what the fuck you're going to attack me with. But in the end, he didn't do that. I guess he thought about like, damn, this was probably going to fucking fuck me up or something, So he didn't do that, and it was a normal podcast.
Oh, okay.
He respected me, I respected him, and it was cool,
Right.
But I wouldn't want to go on anywhere to debate anybody because my job isn't to convince you of anything.
Right.
My job isn't to change your mind. My job is just to, I feel, is give you the information that I know, and it's up to you if you want to look it up or if you want to believe me.
Yeah.
I just feel like it's my job to tell people the shit that I know about, and that's it. It's not my job to fucking change your mind.
Right.
It's all up to you. What I do know is that later on you're gonna see that I was right, and I don't want to see that. I would rather you listen to me and do your research, and then you discover on your own the truth. Then later on, because I'm not the kind of person who says I told you so. I really am not. I don't like being like that because I don't think my intentions of wanting people to know the shit that I discovered isn't so I can prove them wrong later, but it's to really inform you and for you to have this knowledge, to share this knowledge with you. That's all it is,
Yeah.
It's not to change your mind or to fucking. I want to be helpful. It's shit that I'm seeing that maybe you might not see. Just like people, I welcome people's opinions on what they might think that I'm wrong about. And then that way I can listen to what you got to tell me. And then I, as an adult, can fucking look into it, decipher it, and see, well, you know what? He is right. Maybe, because I was told one time by one of my friends, he was my boss. He's like, you know what, Jose? Like sometimes we don't, as human beings, we don't see what it is that we're doing wrong or how we treat others.
Right.
Because you are within yourself. But if you should ask somebody, hey, like, what do you think I should do? Or how do you see me? Like, what do I do? And, it was really good advice because, like, you could be doing this shit and hurting someone or with what you're saying, but you don't see it because you're not that person.
Right.
And if that person is not sharing how they feel, or if the person who's outside seeing what you're doing is not telling you, you're going to keep doing the same thing because you don't see yourself doing that because you're not experiencing what they feel because you're not the other person. So I think communication is very important. In relationships, any kind of relationships, whether it be boyfriend and girlfriend, marriages, fucking friendships, it's very important to communicate how you feel. And that's something that with age you learn. When you're a kid, you're like, I don't give a fuck what they think or how I make them feel. Or I shouldn't tell them how I feel because they're going to think I'm weak.
Right.
But as an adult, I would say maybe when I was like 35, 36, I realized that you have to be able to express how you feel. Like, let's say, hey, dog, you know what you told me, that shit really hurt me. That kind of pissed me off. Like, why'd you say that? Or this, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Rather than being all mad and not talking to you and like, fuck this fool. He said that. Fuck that motherfucker. I'm not going to talk to him. It's better to, tell them how you feel so they can work on it, or if they don't, then you can make that decision. Well, you know what, this motherfucker's not going to change. He's going to be the same way. Fuck him. Leave him behind.
Yeah, that's the worst thing too, especially in relationships, that one party isn't able to talk to their other part.
Yeah,
talk to the partner
really
about
hard, man.
about how they feel.
Anything. Yeah. with my wife, she wasn't really, and I knew that, you know, she wasn't really, she didn't really express how she felt and stuff like that. So,
but I mean, like if you said something that mildly offended her, like,
oh yeah, you know what? Yeah, she would tell me. She would tell me that. Yeah. Okay, yeah. So she was good at that. She was good at that.
Yeah, that's what that was a point that I was
yeah. That's very important, man.
Yeah. Or there's certain things, like I was dating a girl and like I'd see her, like, her attitude change a couple times, and I'm like, hey, dude, like what's going on?
Sometimes they won't tell you.
Yeah, it's like, hey, like,
what I do?
But I would be open and say, hey, tell me when I'm being an ass.
So I can correct
exactly.
that.
But she was like, but her point was always, why should I don't want to tell you how to act differently, because if this is you, then that's you. I don't want to change you.
But I think
right?
Yeah, but you're asking that because you care about how she feels.
Absolutely.
And you want to correct that. And
absolutely.
You're willing, I mean, that's really good that, you know, that you were putting yourself out there and you were willing to change what it was about you that was bugging your partner.
Right.
I don't like saying partner because it sounds like a gay union. But your girlfriend, whatever it was that was hurting your girlfriend, I hate that fucking word.
I was the timing to see how long you were gonna tell me that.
About the gay stuff?
About the partner thing.
Yeah. When it's, because I don't like using that word.
We're all inclusive here on the Mind Buzz.
Yeah, I know that. But I'm not, so.
Okay.
Yeah, but yeah, dude. So that word, you know, so yeah, man. So like, I think the fact that you're willing to say, well, you know what, if it is bugging you, that means that you care enough about the person that you're going to correct it. Some people are like, you know what,
100%.
I am what I am, and that's it. If you don't fucking like it, fuck you. But you know but that doesn't allow your relationship to work.
Yeah, I mean, because I want it. I wanted
it to work.
I wanted it to go somewhere. So I mean, communication was key, right?
Yeah, it is. It is in every fucking relationship. Like I said, friendship, partnership, whatever, you know?
Yeah.
It is, dude. That's the fucking root of everything is communication. You have to know how you make the other person feel, whether it's happy, fucking sad, angry. They got to let you know so you don't keep doing that shit, you know? Right. And then if you're willing to do those changes, then you're showing that you care about the person.
Yeah.
But some people they just don't.
It's weird though. I don't understand why people are like that.
It's weird, man. And those little fucking things would make such a big difference, and it would make the relationship work.
Yeah, because
you're willing to make it work, but they're not willing to do something as simple as telling you, hey, you know what? I think you should stop looking at girls. Well, that's common sense, right? Or I think you should stop doing this because it makes me mad. Okay, cool. And then you fucking work on it. You know what I mean? But if you're afraid to say those things, then it's never gonna. That's just gonna keep happening, and the person's gonna keep getting hurt or mad.
Yeah, and especially if that's not happening with one person, and then you take that to another person, and that keeps happening. I mean, come on, there's one common thing in all bad relationships, and that's could be you, right?
Yeah. That's one thing that I look at is nowadays with this whole like bad bitch women empowerment thing, is that a lot of them will say, oh, there's no good men, all men are bad and they're dogs and shit like that. And okay, have you ever stopped and thought to look in the mirror and analyze yourself? I mean, they all can be bad, you know what I mean? Like you have 3 different babies from 3 different men. You gotta stop and think like, fuck, maybe I'm the fucking problem. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But people are not willing to do that. I mean, I'm willing to do that. Like, what is it that I'm doing wrong? You know, to correct it, because I mean, then you're gonna end up, especially for women, it sucks because they end up with kids. You know, for us, like, oh fuck it, you know. But if you're a man and you do care about your kids, you're gonna be there for your kids, and you're not gonna want that to happen. You know what I mean? But for women, it's a lot more difficult. You know, because they can become impregnated. You know. And a lot of times they don't have the abortions because morally they're against it, or maybe they're gonna get some money from, or maybe they might think that the dude's gonna stay with them and shit. But if you tried it twice already, the third time is not the charm. You know what I mean? you're playing with you're playing with a life, with a living being that's gonna have to deal with this bullshit of having different men coming into their lives. But with men, the problem that men have, a lot of men don't want to fucking settle down with a woman. They want to keep partying and shit. But that shit gets old, man. You know what I mean? And I'm sure a lot of men miss out on a lot of opportunities where they could have had a meaningful relationship, a special relationship, but because they want to continue to be his fucking party animal and they think that they're going to be young forever, they missed out on so many opportunities, dude.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And you don't want to do that shit, man, because you might fucking miss the one that was your soulmate and the one that was meant to be for you, and you end up with a piece of shit chick.
Yeah, but I think
fucking hole or something.
Right. But I think that's just, I mean, that's the risk you take, right? Like on in whatever you want to do.
It's a risk that you don't have to take, because if you analyze yourself which is a really great movie, by the way, Analyze This. If you analyze yourself or ask people for their opinion, then you would nip the problem in the bud, like they say, right? And you would fix it, and things would go good. Yeah. And it's all a matter of wanting to do that. If you don't want to fucking fix yourself, you're gonna continue to keep doing the same fucking mistakes, dude.
Yeah, but I think if you're partying and everything and like, oh, I want something meaningful, but still continuing to party,
you can't.
Then you can't. But if you're just partying and going out and hanging out, being yourself, and that's what you really want to do, then that's fine. But
then you shouldn't be in a relationship.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying.
You shouldn't see, like, for me, like I said, like, we're old school, man. Me and my wife, right? So she never had a girls' night out. I never had a guys' night out, because we got married so we can be together, and we loved each other's company. We fucking go everywhere together. You know what I mean? Right. So, and that works. And I look around and, my peers, and they practice, girls' night out and this and that. And the chicks end up cheating on the dude ends up cheating on the chicks, like on the wife. So why even do that? I mean, cause we're human beings, and the flesh is weak. You know what I mean? You see a fine ass chick, maybe you're drunk and you're with your friends, and she gives you the chance to fucking tap. You're going to tap, and it's like, you're gonna fuck up what you have at home for fucking 2 minutes of you busting a nut, dog. You know what I mean? It's stupid. I mean, call me whatever the fuck you want to call me, but I'm a traditional man, dog, and like I believe in being a one woman man. Even though people might say you get tired of it and shit like that. Well, that's why you gotta fucking think about who you're gonna settle down with. Luckily, I fucking
absolutely.
That's what it is, dog. Like, people would tell me, hey, dog, like, you don't get tired of being with your wife. I'm like, fuck no, dog. No, I don't, dude. I don't feel like being with other women. Like, fuck no. For what, dog? I'm happy. And that's why I'm telling you, like, you gotta set your what you like, your preferences, and stick with them, because if not, then you're gonna be that guy who's fucking with a girl, and she's faithful to you, but you're fucking around going everywhere, you know what I mean? Because you're not happy with her. So you got to be true to yourself and true to them. Like, hey, well, if it's someone that you're not willing to spend the rest of your life with, then you shouldn't be with them, Right. And of course, these decisions can be made. They don't have to be made fast. They can be made slowly by living with them. That could be a start, or just going out with them so much that you actually get to know how they really are. Because one thing is dating. But once you live together, it's totally different, dog.
Absolutely.
They get to see that you leave your fucking underwears in the fucking restroom. Yeah. Or that you clip your fucking toenails by the couch. Little things that, you know what I mean? Shit that you wouldn't normally do, because it's going to turn them off. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, in the beginning, I would take a shower every fucking day, dog. Every fucking day. Yeah. And some days I didn't have time because I'd be working, you know what I mean? But every day I wouldn't take my shirt off in front of my wife. And after, like, fuck it, dog. I take it off. She didn't care, I'd just be in my underwear, and my boxers and shit. But at first, you're not comfortable, but it takes that time.
How long did you guys date before you guys started farting in front of each other? Because that's a big one.
I would say maybe like 2 years. Once we started living together, because man, my farts are nasty.
You're like, damn, I can't hold these,
but
dude.
After a while,
2 years of holding it, I can't do that.
After
anymore.
a while, she got used to it, but I felt bad. I still tried not to. I'd go in the restroom and take a fart.
Go somewhere else.
Yeah, because I know that it was bad, Or if I would take a shit, I'd be like, hey, no, wait, don't go in there.
Yeah.
She's like, she got used to it, you know.
Yeah.
Because I would even get dudes like, oh man, dude, what the fuck did you eat? You know, but everyone's shit smells, but motherfuckers exaggerate. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah, when you can fart in front of each other and fucking floss in front of each other and just be vulnerable, that's when you got something.
Vulnerable. There we go.
Yeah, that's the key. I was very vulnerable to her, and I expressed to her a lot of things, a lot of feelings that I had. Fucking, I would cry in front of my wife, all that shit. But there's people that say, oh, they try to be this thing that they aren't, like that they cry and that they're emotional and shit like that. And
yeah.
Just for the likes or for the fucking, so people can feel sorry for them. But no, like this is how I am. As a man, you're not supposed to be emotional, but I'm very fucking emotional
right.
and passionate and all that shit. So I'm not like the average man, to be honest with you. You know, you see me and I have this big scary fucking dude, powerful man, but just like I am that, like I'm fucking loving too and fucking passionate and caring and shit, qualities that a lot of good men have, but you don't know about that because they don't talk about it, and we're not fucking taught to be like that. That's being emotional and loving and passionate are supposed to be weak traits that make you less of a man, right? But looking at me and the way that I am, it's like it shows you that it's the opposite, dog. I'm everything. I encompass all those fucking feelings and all those fucking, everything. I'm everything, and, but I think, I always say, man, like a fucking real man is going to cry. A real man is going to tell you how the fuck he feels.
Right.
And not give a fuck. And he's going to tell you.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But so my thing is I try to show by what I do and what I say, that there are different ways to do things. And that was my mission in the beginning when I wanted to make this podcast, is to show that there's different ways of thinking and shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You might not agree with it, but it's a different way. You don't have to be this fucking cookie cutter way, And I think I've been doing a good job at it. Mainly, at home with my kids too. I show them like, hey, like, it's okay to cry. It's okay. Like something like a couple of days ago, I was in my room. I think I came home from work. It might have been Saturday morning. I came home from work and I told my wife, hey, I'm here. I talked to the ashes and stuff, and I have a portrait up there, and I'm home, baby. And all of a sudden I got sad, man. I started remembering her, and I got her portrait there in front of me. I got her pillows next to me. I smell the pillows. I smell her scent, and I got emotional. I started crying, and I allowed myself to cry, and then I think I was going to go somewhere, and I got dressed and I went out there to the living room. My kids saw me. I still had tears in my eyes. I didn't wipe them away. It's like, fuck it. This is what's happening with me. Or they'll see me crying. They don't comfort me. I tell them not to comfort me, because when you get comforted, then it stops the feelings that you're having. You stop them from fucking escaping your mind and your body. So yeah. And I told them, hey, at the funeral, if you see people comfort me, stop them. I don't want them to stop me, because then they stop you and they take you out of that fucking moment that you're feeling. And I want to experience all these fucking moments, whether they be happy or sad, because it's life, So I don't stop myself from feeling that shit. I don't stop myself from just when I get too sad, because then I won't function, like I mentioned. But
yeah,
besides that, man, I want to experience all the fucking emotions and shit. You know what I mean? It's good, man. It's good. But I think as men, we're told not to. But it's
you do.
good,
You got to practice.
Yeah,
you have to. If you're feeling it, dude, you have to just go. I mean, even if it's fucking go by yourself. Go inside your room and just let it all out.
That's what. And I was in my room and I
let it all out.
Yeah, and I don't want my tears. And that way my kids know, like, hey, because it's not healthy to suppress emotions.
No, absolutely not.
That leads to mental shit.
Yeah.
Like later on, you have like dad issues, or I don't know. It's fucking. You end up doing you develop some weird fucking fetish or something. You know what I mean? Because you stopped your body from experiencing a feeling. You know what I mean? And it'll develop into something else. It needs that.
There's a reason why your body is experiencing that, and there's a reason why your body has to fucking do that. Yeah. There's a reason. Yeah. There's a biological reason why you have to cry.
I call it like purging. Like you're purging of emotions. You're purging them out. Because after that happens, you feel
I feel great.
renewed. You feel
I feel
renewed.
good.
You feel good, dog.
Yeah.
Yeah. I know at the fucking Marcioki, you were telling me you wanted to talk to me, but I guess there's 20 people and shit. You're like, yeah, man, I want to talk to you about, just about shit that's been happening with you. I'm like, yeah, dog, whenever you want to, call me and shit, like, who was it? I talked to somebody else too. I was talking to him. Some homie that's going through some shit right now, dog, some heavy shit. And he was there for me and his wife were there for me when Liz was in the hospital and shit. And like I said, in my stories, I'll post whatever I'm feeling. And then, so I love music, right? So, and I'm not saying it like how fucking TikTokers and fucking Gen Z says, I love this. I love music.
Yeah, of course.
I love music.
Yeah.
So since I love music, I have this ability to where if I'm thinking of certain words, all of a sudden a song will come on, like I mentioned earlier. Yeah. And so I put a song up there, and it's a Juan Gabriel song, and he talks about how I see many people laughing, hugging together, and they're happy. And then there's me. I'm by myself, right? And I feel this pain, right? And that's what I was feeling at the moment, right? So I put that, and what I like to do is I like to put the lyrics. So you're watching a video that I recorded, and you're also seeing the lyrics. And at the bottom, I put like it was like a cloud raining, a little cloud, and there's a little teddy bear head, and the bear's crying at the bottom. And so the homie liked it. He goes, hey, dog, I'm going through that right now. Like, fuck, all right, dog. Is everything all right? How, And then he went into it, and man, he's going through some shit, and I was like, fuck, dog. Hey, dog. At the end, I'm like, hey, man, if you ever fucking need someone to talk to, call me up, dog. I'm here, homie. Like, you know, I'm cool, homie. Call me whenever the fuck you want, dog. Because like sometimes you need that. You need to have people to talk to.
Yeah, especially like you need even if they don't give you advice.
Yeah, just so they hear you out.
Just letting that stuff out that you've been thinking about, that you're having being emotional, just letting the situation out, talking about it makes a person feel so much fucking better.
Because I've had people where like I'm like fucking pouring my heart out to them, right? And they're like, you know what, man, I have no words, and I don't get sad. I'm like, that's fine. I'm like, that's fine, dog. You heard me though. Yeah, that's all I wanted, just for someone to listen to me. Like sometimes when I get sad, like on the way home, like I'll call you, I'll call Uli. I know you guys are busy. Sometimes I call my homie, he picks up sometimes. And before I had my wife to do that, I would call her and she would listen to me, right? And I felt good. I don't have that anymore, right? So I look to other people and I'll call you guys, and sometimes you're busy or whatever. But then when I talk to you guys, I feel good. Or sometimes I'll talk to Uli and he's listening to me, he's engaged, and then I feel like he's doing something else. Oh, you know what, dog? You sound like you're busy, homie. I'll let you go, and I'll hang up or whatever. Or I'll talk to you, or if I can get through to you. But yeah, just that helps out, dog. That helps out, Or sometimes I'll have my homie, he'll call me out of nowhere and like, fuck yeah, I'll just be talking to him and shit. Because the job that I do, I'm an exterminator, so I'm like spraying shit, and I got my fucking wireless headphones on, and I'm talking, and I'm pretty much my own boss, dog. So I'm working as long as I get my job done. Nobody trips, and that's what I do. So yeah, man. Even sometimes daily, you need that shit to talk to somebody. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like I talk to my kids and stuff like that, but it's different, because they're not adults, But yeah, I talk to them, and I tell them to talk to me about their emotions, how they feel. Talk to me. I'm your dad. I'm not going to be judgmental. I said, you guys talk to me about sex, about anything, dude. I'm cool as fuck. You know what I mean? I really am. Like, but I mean, they've yet to talk to me about stuff like that. But, it just feels good to have someone. And I think,
but I mean, even opening that door up to them to tell them hey, I'm your dad. You can feel comfortable. You can confide in me if you are having some issues, right?
Yeah, because then they're going to go to the wrong fucking person, or they're going to try to go at it alone without having the knowledge to be able to deal with the situation.
Right.
And they're going to crash. But now if you speak to me and I've gone through a certain situation, then I can give you the advice because I've been there, and this is what I did, and this worked out for me, or this didn't work out for me,
Right.
And I think a lot of people fail at things because they are afraid to ask for advice or for an opinion on a situation. And they say, fuck it, let me just see what happens. When you shouldn't have to do that, because a lot of people have experiences, and that's why I like to listen to podcasts too, and stories or people talk, because then I learn from their mistakes. Instead of me going through that fucking mistake, I learn through other people's mistakes, which is a lot better.
Yeah.
You don't have to put yourself through that situation when you don't have to.
Yeah.
But I think podcasting really helps me. It's like therapeutic, even though I know someone's going to listen to it at least, you know, even though they're not giving me feedback on it, just being able to express what I'm feeling and it's out there fucking for everyone to listen to. That shit's fucking good, man. I feel good about it. I feel really good because I'm expressing myself, you know, and that's why I keep doing it. And my wife, you know, she understood that. And I had her on the 100th episode because I wanted her to be on there, and she came out. And she was in pain, and she still fucking came out, and she was like towards the end of the episode, and she talked to everybody, and she was saying, you know, I'm proud of you, you know, like I didn't think that you were gonna keep going or something like that. That, you know, I'm happy that you kept going, and I know that this helps you. Like this helps you, so I'm happy that you found this and you're doing it. So, you know, I got my wife's blessing. A lot of people, their wives or even their girlfriends are against it.
Yeah, that's so weird.
It's weird because it takes away from them, you know? And my wife could have easily said, nope, I don't like it. And I would have been okay because she met me not doing this. I started doing this afterwards. Now her thing was like, you know what? Fuck it. If I met you and you were already doing certain things, then I have to accept them because they come with
That's how I met you.
That's how I met you, right? So a lot of times there'd be women that know guys that do this and they meet them doing it and they get upset, like, you knew that this is what I did and this takes up some of my time, so you have to respect that this is what I do, this is how I unwind, this helps me mentally, you know. But I brought that to the table and she understood it. She saw how I acted afterwards. When I would do this, I would feel good, you know, and she was supportive 100%, even though deep down inside I felt like I took time away from my family, that hour, the 3 hours that you leave, you know. But she was cool with it, dude. You know, and she trusted me because I could have fucking easily gone somewhere, you know what I mean, if I was that kind of a man, but I'm not that kind of a man. And so, yeah, dude, to me, it fucking helps. It helps so much, dude. It helps so much. And watching them too. But they have to be interesting. I give podcasts a chance, you know, and there's some that I listen to that they're so fucking bad that they're good. They're entertaining. I'm serious, dog. Like, yeah.
I can't, dude. I can't.
Okay.
Like if something's like really bad, like I just can't. I can't.
Okay.
I can't. I try.
Well, this is bad audio, bad grammar, bad everything, and I still listen to it because it's entertaining. You know what I mean? And there's some that they speak right, and their audio is good, but they're just not interesting. You know what I mean? They're just not interesting, and you're like, fuck, like I want to listen to this, especially when it's a solo, dude. When you're doing a solo, and you're not interesting. I think a lot of it has to do also as well with your voice. Your voice has to be animated. It's got to have different levels. It's got to go up. It's got to go down. It's got to be exciting. It's got to be sad. So some people just are monotone, right? And when you're monotone, you're not captivating. You're not engaging your audience. You know
I see, and I think that's where I found myself when I did one episode was just me, and it was bad. Like I couldn't.
Monotone. It was monotone.
I can't do it. I think it's just not even. And maybe I should take that out of my vocabulary because I maybe I could do it, but I didn't put the time and effort and the practice into it.
Okay. Yeah, but I think even if you practiced it and shit, I think that's just something.
You have to be good.
And not even being good. I mean, I think it's just you have to have a certain personality.
Yeah, it takes a certain
do that.
It takes a certain person to do that.
Yeah. There's a lot of people that I can imagine right now and think of, and it wouldn't work out, you know, because they're not. It just your personality you have to have the personality to be able to be engaging and also not only the way you sound, but also what you're going to speak about. Has to be interesting. You have to lead an interesting life in order for people to just sit there and listen to one person speak. It's got to be interesting, right? I'm not saying my life is interesting, but I feel confident enough to do my solos, but I add one element to it, which is music in the background. It's just in the background. And what that does, the music, what it does is it, when as you're gathering your thoughts and you have like these 1 to 2 second pauses, which if there wasn't music in the background, it would disengage the listener. So sometimes what I would do is I'd be speaking, and as I'm thinking of something, I'll turn the volume up on the song, so the song will take over. The song,
there we go.
People hear, and all of a sudden, when I gather my thoughts again, I'll come back again, bam, and I'll just keep talking. So
that's cool.
Yeah, I do that. So. Yeah, man. I think for me, I'm lucky enough to where my music, my the way I speak is animated. It goes low, it goes high. I'm very descriptive. I go into voices and shit like that. I've been gifted with that, you know. I've been gifted with the ability to storytell, you know, and I'm not just putting that label on myself. I've been told that by many people, by my peers, fellow podcasters, that I'm a great storyteller. And I think that is passed on from my mom, and genetically, you know, I have that where I'm a good storyteller, where I can get into character, I can get into voices, I can recant the story, and as I'm doing it, I'm feeling the emotions that I felt, and I'm expressing those emotions that I felt, you know, as I'm speaking. I'm lucky I have the ability to do that. Whereas some people can be telling a story and, you know, they felt a certain way and they speak like this. And if I was to speak like this, then it'd be kind of boring, right? If, you know, it's just monotone. Right. So you tell the difference, right?
Right.
So thank God I'm not like that. But there are people that speak like that, and it's like, fuck, I try to give them a chance, and this is not, you know, it's not my cup of tea. But when they have somebody on, it's good. Because the other person might be animated, or they might be speaking or telling a good story, you know?
Yeah.
But I haven't done solos because right now, if I do solos, they're going to be sad. They're animated, so yeah, there's different decibels and shit like that, different feelings involved. I express myself differently, but it's going to be sad because right now my life is sad. I don't have a reason to be. I do have a reason to be happy. I have my kids. I'm alive. But as far as like my everyday life is still the same. It's fucking sad, right? It's sad. I don't want to be alive, straight up. You know, I don't want to be here, but I have to continue to live. So if I take you into my mind, I feel like I'm gonna make you feel that way too. You're gonna fucking be sad, and people don't want to feel that. You know what I mean? There's people that call music depressing. I don't think music is depressing. I hate when people say that shit. Like, oh, Joy Division, oh, that shit's depressing. Oh, Morrissey, that shit's depressing. It's not depressing. It's just that you're afraid to experience these emotions, but it's good to experience these emotions through music or through things that you're taking in, because you're experiencing these emotions. Even a movie can make you fucking panic. It can make you nervous, and that's a good thing. Because you're experiencing these feelings without really experiencing them in a situation that's happening in your life. You're experiencing them through a movie. You're experiencing them through somebody's storytelling. They're taking you to a dark place, but the good thing is that you're experiencing these feelings without you experiencing that situation. And that's a good thing. That's why we like movies, because they scare us, because they make us feel fucking suspense. They make us feel sad. They make us hate when you hate the villain, he's doing a good fucking job. Fuck that motherfucker. He's just fucking acting. You're crazy. You hate this guy. He's doing his fucking job, right? But you know, people are so good at what they're doing that they're engaging and they make you feel these fucking emotions, and that's fucking awesome, man. Also, I like when you watch a movie and you feel sad and you shed a tear. They did a good fucking good writing. That's good writing. Like Coco, when I first saw it, that shit made me kind of sad, you know. Now that I see it, I know what's gonna happen, so I don't get sad. But whenever, you know, there's movies like that make you feel certain emotions, that's fucking good, because you're feeling these emotions subconsciously. You don't know that you're not going through that, but your body is experiencing, you know, sadness or happiness or all this. And I think it's healthy because you're experiencing all these things without you going through them. Yeah. That's what I think is big.
If a musician or a band can get those emotions out of you, that's fucking awesome. That's amazing.
Yeah.
Then that musician or band is killer.
Yeah.
Because I mean, especially that's what they want, right? That's
they
what
want you to feel stuff.
They want you to feel something.
Make you feel things. Yeah.
Right.
So like, I knew about this singer. Her name is Chavela Vargas. She's the first ever like lesbian fucking mariachi singer.
Really?
That she was, I forget where she's from, but she was from South America. Maybe she was from Costa Rica. And growing up, she was a female. She was a little girl, but she always felt like she wasn't like girly enough. She always felt like she was like a boy, right? She was a beautiful woman when she looked like a woman, right? And so she discovers.
Wait, when she looked like a woman?
When she looked like a woman. She looked like a woman. Like a woman.
Okay. Yeah.
You know, some people look like women, some people look like butches.
Oh, okay.
So she looked like a woman. She was beautiful, like a woman, right? So she had long hair, curly hair, makeup.
Is she trans? Yeah.
No.
Okay.
See, to me,
that's where you're going now.
But see, the thing is, based on today's standards, you could say she was trans because she has short hair, but realistically what a trans is, but it got changed because everything gets fucking changed and perverted nowadays. But what a trans really is somebody who gets their fucking surgery and they transition over because it's a sex. But now they're trying to say that sex is in your mind. It's not biological. But anyway, that's a different story. So she felt like she wasn't girly enough. She found women beautiful, right? And she discovered mariachi music.
Right.
And so she said, you know what, fuck this. And she went to Mexico, dude. And in Mexico, she met Jose Alfredo Jimenez, which is a very popular mariachi singer. And she befriended him. She started singing the music. And I remember hearing her before, and I liked it because it was fucking sad, right? I liked it. But it didn't speak to me yet, but I did like it. There's a song called La Llorona. And the song originates in the 1800s in Oaxaca. And it's about a man who sees a woman coming out of church and she's wearing like a head covering and she looks beautiful and he likes her. So he keeps following her till eventually he gets the guts to talk to her and he meets her. They end up together and he's called to go to battle, into battle.
Right.
And she's crying. So the song's called Llorona. So he's telling her, like, he calls her Llorona because she's crying because she's going into battle. But that's what it originates. But there have been a lot of versions where they change the lyrics, but it's a beautiful song. That song alone, if you listen to it, it'll kind of trigger some emotions, right? So,
and this is a Spanish song.
But it's beautiful. If you hear it, if I play some music for you, you'll feel the emotions without even knowing what the hell she's saying. Just by the way she's singing. She is very expressive in the way she sings. It even sounds like she's crying, right? But that song, when I was down there viewing my wife at the hospital, I played that song, and that music, her singing, allowed me to get all these emotions and all this sadness out of me. Just her, I kept playing that song over and over, right? And then afterwards, before we went to the funeral, I was putting together a bunch of music that I wanted to listen to, so that can help me be sad and cry. And I found her, and I found a lot of songs, and I was just listening to that. Right now, if I was to go in my car and put one of those songs on, I'll start crying.
Yeah.
It'll take me back to that, So music is very powerful, and people should check her out, man. But there's a song that's called Donde Estás Corazón, which means, where are you, my heart? And the song is 100% my story, what I've experienced. And so it says, I loved her more than my life. More than my mother, I loved her. And this is true for me. I love my wife more than my mother. And to a lot of people in the Mexican culture, this is going to sound fucked up, but my wife showed me more love than any person in the world. Right? So this is why. And the song says, a cold winter morning, in my arms she died. Well, my wife died a cold morning in October, she died. She wasn't in my arms, but she died in front of me, right? So all these connections to the song that I have, and it just keeps saying, like, where are you, my heart? I can't hear your heartbeat. It's a beautiful song, dude. That song, I can't listen to that song without crying. I'll cry no matter what, because that song is my life. You know what I mean? It's powerful. And there's other songs too, man, man, just the way she sings it, man. You feel, even if you don't speak the language, dude, I think if you listen to it, it'll take you somewhere,
What is it called?
She is Chavela Vargas, but the song is called Donde Estás Corazón. Beautiful fucking song, dog. Beautiful song. And also because it's everything that I'm going through, exactly to a T, She died in a winter morning. I loved her more than my mother. And then when she says, like, where are you? I can't hear your heartbeat. It's beautiful. And then she has other songs too that, even that one, it says, like, I keep living with the memory of that love, and it says how, like, those beautiful nights that we spent together, where I caressed your hair and I felt your skin. It's beautiful because it takes me back, because I imagined those times with my wife, and it's beautiful, man, because it makes you sad, but a lot of people don't like feeling like that. But when after the funeral, I was driving around with my kids, and my daughter said, "Hey, Dad, I think you should change it, because I'm crying, dude. I'm driving, and I'm fucking crying. I'm singing these songs."
Yeah.
And so I changed it. I listened to my daughter. And but sometimes I'll listen to it. I haven't listened to it in a while, because I know if I listen to it, dude, I just fucking cry, man.
Yeah.
It just has the power. Music is so powerful, especially when it relates to you. Because a lot of times when we listen to music, if you're a real true fan of music, not only do you listen to the music, but you listen to the lyrics.
Yeah.
Because the lyrics are very powerful, right? So we all wanna have, there could be, me and you could listen to a song. Mm-hmm. And that music could speak to me differently.
Oh, absolutely.
It could mean something totally different to me. Like, for example, Girlfriend in a Coma.
Yeah.
Right? To me, it's like because she doesn't want to talk to him.
Mm-hmm.
And to some people, it's literally what he says. He beat the fuck out of her. He almost killed her, right?
Mm-hmm.
Let me whisper my last goodbyes. I know it's serious, right?
Yeah.
To me, it's like she just doesn't want to talk to him, right? So we have ways of interpreting songs, and that way they become meaningful to us, you know?
Yeah.
But the average listener who just likes music, just listen to it. It might just be they like the melody. They might like a certain verse or repetition of a chorus that they like in the song.
Right.
But for me, music is much bigger than that to me.
Absolutely.
I try to find ways for it to relate to me if they can. And then that makes the song a lot more special to me. That's why there's a couple of the Morrissey and Smith songs that I like. Mm-hmm. They're not hits. They're not number one hits. Like,
right.
you know, for Morrissey, I like Seasick Yet Still Docked, which is a slow fucking song. And for the Smiths, I like Heaven Knows I'm Miserable Now. Kind of a slow song, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's just what it says. It speaks to me.
Right.
And that's what we look for. We look for things that speak to us. And that's what, you know, gains our attention. You know, you want things, you know, you don't like, for me, I don't like that new music. It's so repetitive. And the reason why people like that music is because it's so repetitive that it's catchy. Like,
it's easy.
It's easy. I know it. You know what speaks to me is things that aren't catchy, things that actually are saying things. You know, like just like that's why I like Morrissey and the Smiths, because there's a couple of hooks that get you, but a lot of the times the verse will say something totally different. Whereas in other songs, they'll say something. Then there'll be a chorus that repeats everything, and they'll repeat the same fucking verse again. With Morrissey, he changes certain words. It's very hard to sing one of his songs live because sometimes the lyrics change. It's not going to be the same thing that the intro said. That's why I like it. So because it's also telling a different story. It's not repeating the same shit over and over.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, music is a big part in my life. So that's why I was like, you know what? If I stop doing podcasting, fuck it. I'll just keep doing the music. Right now, that's in the back burner. But right now, if I had to say what got me more attention or more success, it would be the podcast. Because my music, it was only a couple of people that knew about it, but it was also my peers who are actually performing and doing music who liked my shit. They like my stuff and they follow me. These are bands that don't have to follow me, but since they see that I do the same thing that they're doing, I'm a musician, I'm making music. Only thing is, I've yet to do is add lyrics and singing to it, which I got to do, which I can be a writer. I can write fucking how I feel. I can express how I feel. I can write a song. But when it comes to my music and my music in the background playing and I'm trying to come up with lyrics, I can't do it for some reason.
Really?
But I'm a good writer. I can write things and I can make up songs like nothing and jingles. But when it comes to my shit, I can't do it. I don't know why.
Why do you think that? Why do you think why?
I don't know. And dude, sometimes I'd be driving and I'd be listening to my music on loop. And I'm trying to sing a melody to go with it. And that's good. But as far as lyrics, I can't, dude. I wrote one. It's pretty good, but I just haven't sung it. But it's pretty good. It rhymes and shit. But because sometimes we think that in order for music to be good, it has to rhyme, but it doesn't have to.
No.
You know, it doesn't have to. As long as the music's good and your lyrics are good, they don't have to rhyme. As long as what you're getting your point across and you're making somebody feel something, or you're letting your feelings come out in a song, then it's good. Yeah.
Last thing, because I write music too. Last thing I wrote and lyrically, it didn't rhyme. I mean,
it didn't rhyme?
Mm-mm.
I just thought about something right now.
Mm-hmm.
When you handed me the cup, you stuck your fingers in it. And I'm not a germaphobe, but I look at shit like that. And the good thing about this cup is that it says ball. So I'm making sure to drink out of it where it says ball because you stuck your fingers in here.
Oh, I did?
Yeah.
My bad.
But it's all right. But is that an OCD thing?
What?
The fact that I realized that.
No, I don't think
it's
so.
not OCD, huh?
No.
Because I'm not OCD.
No, because you, I mean, of course you're going to notice
let's say you were
like
picking your nose.
Yeah.
Then I would be drinking your nose juice, right?
My
but
nose
since you touch that side, I'm focusing on that.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
When
bad,
you
dude.
suck your finger, that's all right. When you suck your fingers in it, I noticed that the ball was on, and you stuck your fingers over here, so I'm drinking out of here.
Oh, shit.
If it didn't have that, I'd be like, fuck, I probably wouldn't have drank out of it.
My bad.
That's all right.
You want another cup?
Nah.
I can get you another cup.
Nah, it's cool. I already drank out of it because you put your fingers on this side.
My bad, dude.
Is that weird or what?
No, I should know better because I work in restaurants, so I should know better.
You're supposed to get it from here.
What the hell's my problem?
Even when workers give me cups like that, it pisses me off, dog. They stick their fucking fingers in there like...
Well, good thing I'm not clocked in.
Yeah.
I get in trouble right now.
Yeah, dude.
Want to talk to my manager?
No.
My Buzz Media manager? We'll get him out here. No, my bad, dude. No, I don't think that's an OCD thing. I think that's just...
It is considered OCD, though. But I'm not OCD.
It's just
because I'm not the most organized fucking person.
But you're just a normal person not wanting to drink somebody's nose juice.
Yeah, right? Or
nose finger juice.
Or what if you were taking a piss?
Yeah. You know? But I wash my hands. I wash my hands after I do fucking everything.
Yeah?
Yeah.
How about, are you on to like that disinfecting everything? Like disinfecting your hands?
No, like that stuff.
Because
like
of the COVID shit.
No. It even before that, like when people, no, it dries out my hands. I don't like it.
Okay, because I know because of the COVID, everybody was all washing their hands and shit like that. And I'm like, dude, this is shit that you should have been fucking doing before fucking this shit was invented. You know what I mean?
Right.
So all it did was it made peace. Like right now, I touched my nose, right, and I might touch this, but it's shit that I'm using. But see, I noticed things like that. But these are things that people should have been doing already to begin with. Like, what the fuck? You don't wash your hands, fool?
Right.
You're supposed to wash your fucking hands, huh? Like the fact that there was a whole fucking propaganda telling you to wash your fucking hands. Like,
yeah, you should have been doing that 100 years ago.
Yeah, dude. Like when you pick your nose or. Because I've seen people, like when I used to work at the dealership, I'd see like the owner, he'd come in. I see him from outside. He's like fucking picking his teeth. And this mother wants to shake your hand. Like, come on, doggy dog. I shake his hand and I want to wash my hands after. I saw what the fuck you were doing, dog. That's why you get sick.
Yeah.
And I don't want to be sick.
They got to watch out for that.
Yeah, So I look at things like that people do. And part of it is because I observe people.
Yeah.
What they do and shit like that,
What about listening to songs over and over and over and over again as a form of OCD? Do you think so?
No, I don't think it's OCD. I think it's because I do that sometimes whenever let's say for example I record right now something, right? And I find the perfect song and the song will be fucking playing over and over and over because on your story, and then I'm looking for like a GIF to add to it, right? And it's funny because I would do that sometimes and my wife would like, hey, like stop playing it. It would drive her crazy.
Yeah.
As I kept playing the song over and over, but I'm not listening to the song.
But that's what I'm saying, like in the car.
In the car. I did that on the way over here.
On repeat over and over and over and over
I
again.
did that on the way over here simply because I was going to sing Creep. But I imagined myself singing it, standing up with a microphone. And I was remembering the lyrics. But then when I got here, I sat down and I'm like, oh, fuck, it's me kind of weird if I sing it like this. You know what I mean? So I guess I feel more free standing up singing it, right? So I came and said, nah, you know what, fuck it, let's not do it. But I was listening to the song over and over and over. But sometimes I'll have a song because on Apple Music, when you pick a song and you play it, it'll keep playing it over and over. It won't go to the next one.
Oh, okay.
And sometimes I'm like, what the fuck? I already heard the song like 3 times and I'll turn it off. Even though it's a song that I like, I'm like, fuck, what the fuck am I doing? I keep listening to the same song. But no, I can't do that. I think I get tired of the song unless it's something that
What I like doing is I listen to a song, listen to a couple, and then I go back because I try it like one time I'll listen to the lyrics. Okay, cool. I didn't think about that. First time listening to it, and then like the third or fourth time listening to the song, I will listen back to it and listen to the bass line. Oh fuck, this bass line is fucking dope. Like
you don't hear all that at once?
No, I can't. I can't.
It's crazy. When I was a kid,
because I zone in. I think for me, my personality, like I zone in on one thing. Like I can, but like throughout the whole song, like I'll listen to like a bass line. I was like, okay, bass line sounds cool, and then remove my focus on the guitar. Oh, guitar sounds cool, and then just go bounce back and forth. But I mean, the first time listening to a song, no, I can't. Like, I don't know. Maybe that's just me.
When I was a kid, and that's before I played music or got super into music. All I would listen to was the guitar and the singer. I didn't listen to the drums. Now, I can hear a song and I can pick every part out.
Yeah.
I can pick out the fucking with the cymbal, what he's hitting with the cymbal. I can pick out the bass line. I can pick out if there's another bass line. I can pick out if there's two guitars. I can pick all that out in one time that I listened to it. But before I wasn't able to do that. But no, I don't think I would need to listen to it multiple times in order to see what they're doing, because I can pick it out the first time that I hear it. Yeah. I guess everyone's different. Everyone's brain is different, you know.
Yeah, like bass. My big thing right now is just bass lines. Listening to different basses. Even there was a song that I listened to like a few weeks ago, and what drew me in was their bass line.
What is it?
It was I believe it. I don't think you've listened to them. They're a band called The Cannons.
No.
And it's a song.
What kind of music is it?
I don't even know. It's something new. Okay. It's new stuff. But yeah, the girl that I was dating at the time, she was listening to them, and we went to go see them in concert, and that's how I knew that song was because of the bass line. I remembered the bass line more than I did the lyrics, more than I did the guitar, more than I did anything. Yeah. Yeah, I think the song is called "The Tunnel of You," I believe.
Okay, I'll look it up. The Cannons. You know, it was a good band that it's not something that I would normally listen to, but I heard of them before because they were featured on a podcast as a main song. I think they're called Khruangbin. And the dude has like long hair with like bangs and shit, kind of curly, and he plays the Stratocaster. And there's a girl that plays the bass, and she has like bangs and like long hair. And they're pretty bad. She plays the bass. She has pretty cool fucking bass lines. But sometimes, one time I saw a video, and then like that chick, like her look, she like reminds me of my wife and shit. Like so much, dog. Yeah, so much. Like same body type, fucking everything, dog. The face, the look. I was like tripping out when I would see that. Actually, a couple of fucking artists that I see, it's like they'll remind me of my wife and shit. Like, there's a singer called Mon Laferte.
Yeah.
She reminds me a lot of my wife.
I've heard
my wife, same body, skinny like that with the bangs. Just fucking knew how to dress nice, like different styles and shit. Yeah, it's crazy.
She's really good.
Yeah,
you listen to her stuff?
Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
You could tell she's a Bjork fan. She sings like Bjork a little bit.
Yeah, she's really good.
Yeah, it's crazy because I used to listen to it on my car, and my wife never told me she liked it or not. But once she passed and I went into her iTunes music, she actually had her on her playlist. So she never told me she liked it, but she liked it.
Wow.
And one of the songs was cool. I talked to her about that song, what it says. So it was cool. But yeah, man, it's crazy, man. Because sometimes like I'll be in the street and I'll see like women that look like her. Like I saw some like young, like she was maybe like in her 20s, and she was with her boyfriend. I told my kids, hey, look, that's how your mom looked when she was like, when I first met her. She was like real skinny and shit. You know, I trip out. Yeah, it's hard, man. Because sometimes like everything will remind me of my wife.
I bet
everything does, man. And but I don't get sad though. I get happy. But just when I listen to music, man, it's fuck. That's when it gets me, you know. Certain music, like fuck, man. But
yeah, that shit happens to me like about my dad. Yeah. Like when I listen to certain songs, fuck, I'm like, oh, this was my dad's song.
Yeah,
you know, and then I just think about him for the song, and then that was it, because that was like one of the things that I told him before he passed away was like, hey, Dad, send me some music, like remind me about you.
Damn, with the music.
Yeah, because he was a big music buff. Like he loved music. Like he loved vinyls. He loved oldies.
Cool.
He got me. Yeah. He got me into music. Like he was, he got me into Led Zeppelin. Like it was weird because like one day, like I'm a rocker, and I listened to punk like when I was growing up and stuff, and then he was listening to some Led Zeppelin CD, and I was like, oh shit, like what is this? Like it sounds like rock and roll, and I'm used to him, you know, listening to oldies and you know, soul and 60s soul. And what song was it? Fuck, I'm drawing a blank on this song,
like
but
Black Dog, rock and roll.
it was.
They're not popular. Or?
No, it was damn it. You need cooling, baby. I'm not fooling.
Is it a Heartbreaker?
I'm gonna send you back. Yeah.
Whole lot of love.
Yeah. So he started playing that, and he was fucking with me because we're just hanging out in a parking lot, and
he wanted to check out like his speakers. Like we didn't have money growing up, but he picked up these speakers from one of his friends, and like he hooked it up in the truck, and it was just me and him just hanging out. And in the parking lot, he picked me up from school. We got some food, just hanging out in his truck, and he was just cranking it loud. Whole lot of love and cranking it just loud. And that was like one of the first times I heard Led Zeppelin. Yeah. And I'm like, damn, this is fucking badass.
That sounds crazy because it has a bunch of tempo changes and shit.
Yeah, and then
it's doing that fucking
exactly. So he was playing that, and I've never heard like psychedelic music, and like to me, and now that I look back on, I'm like, that was fucking psychedelic, like all those sounds and stuff. And then and then there was this one time where because he worked on cars. My dad was a mechanic. And I guess one of his clients gave him The Wall, like by Pink Floyd, and he was like, it was a CD. We're listening to it on the way to somewhere, and he was like, when are they going to start talking? And then like he was like, when are they going to start singing? He was telling me, I'm like, I don't know, like this is the first time me listening to it, and then like he took it out because he was like, this isn't good. He's like, here, you want it? I'm like, yeah. And then I listened to it for like a month straight. The Wall by Pink Floyd. But yeah, dude, like my dad was like a significant person into me listening to rock and roll and to oldies and stuff.
Did he end up liking Pink Floyd afterwards or no?
No.
Yeah, see, that's what happened to me, dude. I tried listening to it. It's too like experimental, and you have to be under the influence, or you have to in order to like it. And I've never been into that, so it's like, nah, this is when the fuck is the good part gonna come on, what
I mean, that's how my dad was. He was like, when are they gonna start singing?
Yeah Especially if you're so used to like rock and roll, it's like in your face right away from the first fucking riff, you know what I mean? It's like boom, it's there. And this is just, you gotta wait for it, you know what I mean? And I think when you're used to listening to that, like some certain type of rock and roll, you want that shit to just rock. And this shit didn't. It takes a long time. Like I even found like when I was younger, I didn't really like The Who. Probably when I was 18, I kind of listened to it. And they're pretty all right. They got a couple of good fucking songs and shit. But they're supposed to be like groundbreaking
the pioneers of punk rock, right?
And shit like that. Yeah. See, but back then, now people use distortion pedals. Yeah. But that really makes your sound really, really fucking like heavy. But back then they used to use overdrive pedals. And so even like some psychobilly people that play psychobilly, they make the mistake and they get distortion pedals, and it sounds too distorted. You got to use an overdrive pedal, psychobilly. So like for me, I use overdrive, and it's just the right amount of fucking distortion, but you still sound clean. You can still hear your fucking chord. So like distortion would be for like punk rock, but for psychobilly, you want it to be an overdriven tone, so you can still hear the chords and shit, and like the high notes. But a lot of people make the mistake and they just get overdrive and they crank it up, and it sounds like fucking metal and shit,
I remember this. I remember this one time when me and my dad were driving. I was like, "Hey, like, can I play some of my music?" And that was the first time I heard psychobilly. And I put on some Necromantics from, I think it was like Demented or Go. He was like, "What the fuck is this?"
It's crazy. Yeah, especially Demented or Go.
He was like, "Dude," he was like, "What are you listening to?" He was like, "Take that shit off." I was like, "Fuck, all right, whatever."
Yeah, it took me a while to get into them. I liked all the other psychobilly, but I didn't like them because of the voice. Yeah. Then once I started hearing it some more, I was like, "All right, fuck yeah, they're pretty bad," Like the first song I heard from them was called Bedrock. It was in a fucking what do they call compilation CD.
So what did you start listening to first? Was it punk or psychobilly?
First I liked punk, and then I got into psychobilly. The first psychobilly that I heard was it's called the Gasmen, and the Gasmen is
were they local or
no, from England?
From England.
Morrissey's bassist Gary Day. He was a psychobilly. He used to be in the Sharks. Yeah.
Oh, he was in the Sharks.
He was in the Sharks, dude. So
what did he play in the Sharks?
He played the bass.
Really?
Who else was he in? He was in a couple psychobilly bands, dude. Oh no, he was in the Sharks. He was in the Frantic Flintstones. He was in the Frantic Flintstones, and not the Sharks, the Stingrays. Oh, okay. Different sea creature. Yeah. And he was a Morrissey's band. So like in 1990, he got rockabilly musicians. He got Gary Day, He got Boz Borer, Alan White, and Spencer Corbin. These are like fucking rockabilly, psychobilly people.
Right.
So in '92, when he came out with Your Arsenal, that shit was fucking bad. It even has the psychobilly bass lines in it. And so I picked up that CD and I got into it, dude. And then after that, I bought a rockabilly CD, which was the Polecats. And fuck, then I got
Polecats are sick.
I got into him. Like Boz Borer, I met him. I guess a picture that I posted recently where I met him. That's Morrissey's guitarist. He's not in the band anymore because ever since that COVID shit happened, his wife got kind of paranoid and he stopped playing. He was getting kind of old too, but that fool was the longest member. He's with Morrissey from 89 to maybe a couple years ago. He stopped because of maybe like last year he stopped being in the band. But now they got that dude, Alan White used to be the guitarist. Morrissey kicked him out like in 2004, but now he's back. He would still do some songwriting, but now he's back in the band. He's fucking good, dude.
Really?
Yeah, he's a rockabilly, psychobilly guitarist. So when they play songs and he plays them, they sound good because he's a really good guitarist.
I think I was like the only one out of my group of friends in high school that didn't listen to the Smiths or Morrissey.
Damn.
I just never gave him the chance.
Yeah.
Up until now.
That shit, but
I swear to God,
shit,
dude.
all that
Until
shit
now.
is goes hand in hand, dude. It really does. From the lyrics to Morrissey was actually the president of the Cramps fan club.
Really? What?
Yeah, dude. Yeah, he was. He was. Yeah, and he was going to be in a punk band called the Nosebleeds. He was going to be the singer.
Morrissey?
Yeah, Morrissey. He was going to be a singer for the Nosebleeds, and the girl from the Sundays, she was going to be the singer for the Smiths. Have you heard of the Sundays? The Sundays are fucking. You should check them out. Everyone who's listening, check out the Sundays.
The Sundays.
Check out the CD. It's called Blind. That one's really good. They sing that song, Here's Where the Story Ends.
Okay.
It's a good song. But yeah, they're good, man. They sound like the Smiths, but a girl singing.
Oh, really?
Yeah, but more like acoustic in the background. They're fucking good, man. Like they're a mix between like Mazzy Star and the Smiths.
Okay.
With the girl singing. They're fucking bad. The Sundays. But she was going to be the singer, but they found Morrissey fucking ran into Johnny Marr.
You know who's good? Angel Olsen.
Who's that?
Angel Olsen. She's a really good singer. Yeah, I think she's English. She has some really good
Is
stuff.
she old or some new shit?
No, she's young, but it's like old. She has a good a good vibe. Yeah, she has a good sound.
She has good vibes.
She has good vibes. Yeah, no, she's good. I heard her she was on some like radio station, and she played live on the radio station. I'm like, oh man, she's good.
Shit.
Yeah, she's really good.
You know what? There's another one that I discovered that's a new singer, and I just kept playing that shit over and over and over. She plays the song that I like. She actually plays acoustically with a keyboard, but like with like no one else. It's just her by herself. Let me see if I can find it. And I'm not gonna play it on here, but just the name so people could check it out. She's fucking bad, man. It's like a weird name for the band. It's not really something where like it's just like her name. It's just like a phrase, you know, because a lot of people name their bands like a phrase, you know.
Oh, by the way, the Cannons are going to be nothing near to what I listen
I'm
to.
expecting. Or
No, yeah, exactly. Nothing near to what I listen to.
what does it sound like?
Yeah, I'll after this.
Yeah,
I'll play it. No, after this I'll play it. It's totally it's new stuff, like super new.
Okay, this chick is called Survival Guide.
Survival Guide.
Yeah, and the fucking song that I like is called The Walls. It's
The
fucking
Walls?
bad. Yeah, Survival Guide, The Walls. It's fucking good, dude. That's some new shit that I found. This shit that I've been checking out.
Hey, when you used to do songs to save your life with Punk Bug, did they flag you for the songs that played?
Never, because that podcast never got big. The most listens I would get is like 50 listens. So that's part of why I stopped doing it too. And it, you know, and it's also because the idea that I had was like it was supposed to be songs to save your life, like songs that maybe like no one's ever heard before, you know. Not really radio songs, you know.
Oh, okay, I see.
And it's kind of difficult to have the same vision, you know what I mean? Like the songs that he would bring, they're different from what I would bring. You know what I mean? And then just too, because I didn't get enough listens. Like, why the fuck am I even? I'm risking this shit. You know what I mean? It's under my name.
Yeah,
I can get in trouble.
Yeah, playing for playing the songs.
Yeah. So that's why I kind of stopped doing it. I continue doing it on the Patreon. Which thanks for bringing that up. You remind me. I should keep doing it, but on the Patreon. No one's gonna hear it. Unless,
Patreon won't.
Yeah, no one hears it.
They'll flag it.
No one hears it unless fucking the singer fucking says, "Hey, fuck that," you know. But nobody hears it. Only the people who subscribe. That's why Patreon. They actually got in trouble because they had fucking child pornography on there.
What?
Yes, they got in trouble because nobody can see your content. Nobody looks at it. Just whoever subscribes to it sees it. Right? So you can fucking put someone's music. You can fucking be playing somebody's podcast on there, and they won't know. I can literally grab your podcast and play it on my shit,
right?
And give it to people.
Yeah. No, you'll lose followers if you do that. I can
get your Patreon shit and put it on mine.
Damn.
And no one's gonna know, and I'll be getting money, getting money for it. You know
I need to do Patreon. I don't know what to do yet.
What you should do is
what's your idea?
What I would do is do audio. Well, where do you get the most listens, on audio or video? More views, more hits.
Audio.
Okay. Mm-hmm. What I would do is do your podcast strictly audio, and the Patreon be video.
Yeah, that's
what I'm gonna do. Once
I was thinking that too.
Once this weather changes and we have more light, you know, once the time changes, like in May? In May, I think, or March?
Yeah, spring. What is it? Spring forward or fall back?
Yes. This is the last time it's going to happen. They're not going to do it anymore.
Really?
They're saying, yeah. So what I want to do once there's light, I'm going to...
Them are saying.
Yeah, them are saying it. Once that comes back and there's light, then I'm going to be recording it. You know, recording my episodes.
Oh, the video?
I do it at the park, you know? But that way, and I'm going to put the video for the fucking Patreons for like a week and then put it on YouTube.
There we go.
Yeah, I'm going to do that. No. I said I was going to say strictly Patreon. That's what I'm going to do. But maybe by May, if shit gets better and I can actually talk about happy shit and people actually fucking appreciate the podcast, then I'm going to give it to the masses. But for right now, it's going to switch. So I'm going to do one episode. And I'm going to talk about how, hey, you know what? I'm not getting enough listens, and it's just going to go to fucking Patreon. And I said, you know what? If it wasn't for the Patreon, I would be stopping this completely. So you guys are lucky that if you're a fan, that I'm going to continue to go with this because of the Patreons. If not, I would just abandon this. And I'm happy with what I did, with the time that I put into this. But I'm going to stop it for now, and I'm going to go strictly to music. If you want to follow me, go to fucking I'm going to make music now.
So we're at 3 hours already.
Yeah.
So let me see what the last one was. Do you remember?
No.
Was it like 3:15?
I think so. How much more filler? What can we talk about? Conspiracies?
What do you got? What's new? You got anything new?
Anything new? No.
Yeah. Besides that fake the zombie shit.
The zombie shit. Yeah, the zombie shit. There was a fucking new one, man. Let me see if I can think of it real quick. Late breaking news.
Krista Sparks. MB102. MB102, that was the last one, right? That you did?
I think.
September? Yeah, September 11th. It was. Because I brought you on and we were going to talk about...
Look at my fucking Morrissey. This is one of my favorite Morrissey shirts, dude.
That's a good one.
This was from the fucking... I bought it in 2000.
Would you call me a poser if I bought a Smith shirt, but I only know like 2 songs? Is that a poser?
No, because there's a lot of you guys out there. But this shirt is a reprint.
Dude, what if I just get a shirt that just says a girlfriend in a coma?
I don't know.
I wouldn't be considered a poser, right?
Actually, there's a band
because I know that song.
There's a band called Girl in a Coma, and they're fucking good, man.
Girl in a Coma.
Girl in a Coma. They're Morrissey influenced, and they're good. They're out of Texas, and they sing. The singer's fucking badass. Her name is Nina, and she went solo now.
So they're influenced. They're not.
They're influenced by Morrissey. They even say like Morrissey quiff on the song. They say,
Hold on.
3:05
and 29 seconds.
Okay, let's beat that, dude. I say you do some karaoke, dude.
No.
You want to do karaoke?
No.
Why not?
Not on the show.
Come on, bro.
This is the Mind Buzz, dude. We don't. People
Hey,
tune in.
we're about to do it right now.
People tune in to
get their mind buzzed.
To get their mind buzzed, not to run away.
Mind. It's Friday.
Not to run away from whatever they're listening to.
Oh, dude, there's
on Spotify.
When I go to Sam's Club, which I'm gonna be doing today because my daughter keeps bugging me because we haven't gone in about 2 weeks because it's fucking expensive. But my brother has a card and we go. I buy him a gang of waffles, just shit that they can make at home with the air fryer, so don't burn down the house. And I buy like 2 30-packs of like Squirt or 7-Up. Try to stay away from the Coca-Cola.
Okay.
So when we're leaving, there's a man there and he's an Elvis impersonator. And I know because I seen him at Toyota one time and I'm a big Elvis fan, right? So I saw him and I'm like, oh shit, I know this fool. This fool's an Elvis impersonator. So I told my daughter, I'm going to start singing right now. Yeah. So I started singing a cappella. And first time I saw him, like, hey, what's up? How's it going? How you doing? And he's, oh, what's up, man? Hey, man, you're fucking Salvis. Yeah, he got all happy because I recognized him. And I took a picture with him and shit. I posed with him and shit. And that fool has chains. He has like a fucking small. The chains go all the way down like this, and they go in order. They go like this, like one after another. Dude, layered all the way, beautifully fucking adorned.
Yeah.
And we took a picture. He was all happy. Hey man, send it to me. Fucking, I sent it to him. He's all happy. Showed his wife that I recognized him and shit. I'm posing with him like that, right? And then when I went the next time, I told my daughter, hey, I'm gonna fucking sing right now. So she pulled out her phone. She didn't record him. She's recording the floor.
Yeah.
And I started singing and shit. And there was like a young like millennial kid right there, and the kid's all like laughing, but he's tripping out because I'm right there singing and shit. And the kid's tripping out too because I recognize him. I'm singing an Elvis song. And he's like, hey man, that's pretty good, man. He's like, yeah, I've been doing this shit for a long time. So we recorded it. And then I saw him again. But this time I didn't sing, but I recognized him. Oh no, I didn't go. I stayed in the car with the dogs and they FaceTimed him. He's like, hey, he got all happy and shit. But I'm gonna go again tonight. I'm probably gonna sing an Elvis song again and shit.
He works there or something?
He works there, but
okay.
And actually for Christmas, he sang for like 3 hours, he said. Just doing Elvis. He's a good Elvis impersonator. He doesn't look nothing like him, but I don't know if he sings like him either. But he did it for like 3 hours, dude. So the kid was all tripping out because I was fucking just singing, I don't know, Elvis and shit.
Yeah.
I mean, I can hit the notes and all that, but my voice isn't deep enough to sound like him, exactly like him. But I could sing the notes and all that shit.
Did you watch the new film about him?
No, I haven't seen it. It's long, huh?
I don't know.
I don't think I'm gonna learn anything that I didn't know. There's probably shit that I know that's not even in there.
Probably.
Like, that he had a twin?
Yeah. He had a twin named Aaron, right?
No, it was somebody else. That's his middle name.
But I thought his
Aaron Presley.
Right, but I thought they named his middle name
for him.
They named him Aaron because of his brother. His brother was going to be Aaron too.
I don't know, dude. No? I don't know about that one. I know that's his middle name. But he died at birth, and he says that he felt like he was with him
throughout his whole career,
his whole life. Yeah. He looked a lot like his mom. He really looked like his dad.
Yeah, that movie was just, I don't know. There was just
sucks.
A lot. There was just like cinema. They just made it. It wasn't like, I like autobiography movies that are simple, they're more focused on the story of the person that they're trying to portray. But this one was just like, it was very cinematic, and just the music that was in there was kind of like,
was it good?
It was way too like overplayed and cinematic.
It wasn't licensed, so they had to make it themselves, right?
I don't know, but it was just way over the top.
Like for the Johnny Cash one, they had the homie singing. And he did a pretty good job.
Joaquin Phoenix?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
There's people that actually bought that fucking album.
Yeah.
And they liked it. I mean, I wouldn't have done all that. But now that was a really good actor, man. Joker.
Yeah.
Fucking that one.
I just recently I watched that one.
Have you ever seen it before?
Yeah.
It's fucking good.
Yeah, I watched it.
That's the film.
After.
That's not a movie. That's a film, dude.
Yeah, I watched it like a few weeks ago again because it was so good.
My favorite part, dude, is when he's like, "Oh, I forgot to punch out," and he starts fucking punching them. That's fucking bad, huh? And then when he kills that dude and the midget thinks he's gonna kill him too and shit, he just starts laughing. That's a fucking. I love that movie because it shows you why he is the way he is because of the life that he had and the mental illness that he has. So it's cool, but a lot of the liberals were mad at that movie because they're saying that, oh, this is a cis white man killing people on a bus and shit like that. They just turn things into what they aren't, They just want to have something to complain about.
Right. What I liked about it is that he was a stand-up comic. That was cool. That was a cool part. That was a cool part that he did his stand up for the first time, and somebody recorded him and they sent that to the show that he was on. Yeah. So that's how he was able to get on that that famous show. That was fucking bomb, dude.
That's a bad fucking movie, man.
Yeah.
It's really, really.
I'm excited. Do you know if they're gonna come out with the sequel?
It's gonna suck. I'm gonna tell you why. Mm-hmm. Lady Gaga's gonna come out on it, and it's gonna be a musical.
The sequel?
Yeah.
What?
It's gonna suck.
A musical?
She's gonna be Harley Quinn, I think.
Why would they make it a musical? Because first one wasn't.
Because Lady Gaga sings.
So? And Joaquin Phoenix sings. Why would they make it? Why?
That's why.
Are you serious?
It's gonna be a musical.
That's dumb.
It's gonna suck. Yeah.
That's dumb.
It's gonna take out of it, dude.
Yeah.
And the latest Batman that came out, I saw the beginning, and my daughter said that I said it was cool because it looked dark. I didn't finish seeing it because I was fucking tired. Mm-hmm. But I haven't checked it out.
That one is awesome. I like that one. That one was more like a dark detective type of movie.
Oh, okay.
It was like what I walked away after and I was like stupid blown when I went to go see it. I like going to the theaters. I like going by myself, and I take like a little edible, go to the theaters, watch it by myself.
Does it make you sleepy?
No. It makes me paranoid.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
that's not a good thing.
No, but I enjoy the movie.
And I'll tell you why it's not a good thing, because I'm paranoid 24/7.
No, but so that movie was cool because it was pretty dark. It was awesome. It had that Nirvana song that was.
I hate that fucking song.
Why?
Dude. It's because it's played out.
Well, is it played out because of that movie?
It's played out because before that movie.
Okay.
And I think Nirvana is fucking overrated like a motherfucker.
Really?
I mean, yes, they're responsible for single-handedly bringing in the fucking the grunge movement, and bands like Rage Against the Machine were able to profit from that, and maybe Deftones, right, with that deep ass metal sound. But I think they're overrated, dog. Like, to be honest with you, and I've owned a CD before. Mm-hmm. I had In Utero and I liked it. It was fucking good. But I think it's they're overrated, and I think the people that listen to them aren't really fans. They're just listening to it because they saw somebody wearing a smiley face shirt that said Nirvana in yellow letters, and that's why they think that they like it.
Gotcha.
I'm just judging it on millennials, because they fuck everything up.
Yeah.
And I think people that grew up listening to that music don't even like it as much as these kids, quote unquote, like it. They don't like it. Just like the Metallica song that came out in that fucking... Kids supposedly started wearing Metallica shirts. Yeah, it's good for them and all that. But if you're a true fan of that, like, let's say, for example, sometimes my daughter will show me TikToks and there's people that say that they like the Smiths, so they put a Smith song on it. Mm-hmm. And it's like, fuck. It pisses me off.
Right.
At the same time, I want them to make money. Mm-hmm. They've been indie for the longest time. They're indie.
Right.
Like, Morrissey doesn't get played on the fucking radio. Maybe the old song, but they don't play his new shit.
Yeah.
It's all indie. His latest single sucked because the record label didn't fucking push it. So he said, fuck that, and they pulled it back.
Yeah.
So he has music, but there's no, like, he says, dude, who's gonna wanna fucking release a CD of a 65-year-old fucking man who...
He's 65?
Yeah.
Damn.
Who is not, oh no, he was born in 59. Mm-hmm. So how old is he? 64. He'll be 65 this May 22nd.
Okay.
So whatever, in his late 60s, early 60s, who isn't singing what he's told to sing. His fucking contract says, I'm gonna come out with whatever the fuck I'm gonna come out. I'm not gonna play what you want me to play. So nobody wants to give this 60-something-year-old man an open contract to do whatever the fuck he wants to release.
Right.
You're gambling something. Your what you get paid back might not be enough to cover what, but it is, because he's got a cult following, and if Morrissey's gonna be somewhere and play somewhere, you know it if you're a fan. There's no he continues to thrive without fucking publicity, without fucking a record label. You know what I mean?
True.
For all these fucking years.
Yeah.
There's diehard fans that listen to the music and will continue to listen to it. And he's had cancer a couple times in the throat, and they took it out.
Really? I know.
They scraped it, yeah.
Damn.
And he still continues to keep singing.
Isn't that the same concept you were talking about with Goo Goo Muck when that came out in the Wednesday series?
Yeah.
When that song started playing fucking everywhere, and everybody's doing all those TikTok dances.
For that, because see, like, I don't like Nirvana.
Right.
And I don't like Metallica.
But are you? So
I don't care.
Are you? But are you denying that Nevermind is from Nirvana? About that
It's okay.
album?
It's okay. It's not like it's not fucking like essential like how people make it out to be. You know.
But would you say that it's essential in the grunge genre?
In the grunge genre,
Okay.
but not in
Overall, musically overall.
musically
right?
no, but in the grunge genre, yes.
Yes,
To
okay.
them, yes. To
Okay.
me, it's not important.
Okay.
I you can erase that fucking CD, that album, and I can listen
From
to it.
history and
I don't care. I'm gonna be fine, right?
okay.
Now, the Cramps,
Yeah.
I like psychobilly, right? And I like them.
Mhm.
Normally, if you would ask me this 10 years ago, I would have said, fuck that fucking show, fuck that. I'm against it. All these fucking lames are going to listen to it now,
Yeah.
right? Now, as an adult, as a father, I'm okay with it simply because these kids who are getting into this song and are making it popular are giving his widow, Poison Ivy, money in royalties for playing this song over and over, right? She's going to get some money. They're underground, right? Only psychobillies and subculture people knew about that music, right?
Yeah.
And now they're getting their chance to get this money. He's no longer here, rest in peace, but his wife is, right? And so they're going to get the little bit of buzz. She's going to get some money from that. These kids who are listening to this, they're not psychobillies. They're not fanatics of the music. They're not into the subculture. In a couple of months, maybe even now, it's starting to sizzle down. They're not going to listen to that anymore.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So,
Oh, okay. That makes sense.
but the people who like it are going to keep listening to it. Like I listened
Yeah.
to that shit even before that, you know?
Oh,
what I
yeah,
mean?
absolutely. Me too.
And I'm still going to keep listening to it.
Yeah.
So I mean, I was against it before, but then these people end up like Tiger Army. They were underground. Then they made it on K-Rock. They got their fans. They're not heard of anymore. And all they did was damage their image in the psychobilly scene. No one likes Tiger Army anymore. True psychobillies don't like that shit. But so they did it, and I was mad at that. I was mad at that they did that. But this I can understand. You know, they're making money for his wife and shit like that. And these kids are not gonna be into this shit. Next month they're gonna be into the next thing that comes out. Like Harry Styles or whatever. That's the guy's name, Harry Styles.
Something like that. Yeah.
Okay, that shit. I heard that song, and that song sounds like the shit that I like.
Did you know he was in One Direction?
No, I didn't know that.
Yeah. He was part of the One Direction group.
But that song, As It Was or something like that,
Mm-hmm.
I heard it before, and the singing he's a good, really good fucking singer.
He's good?
It's just that it sucks
Yeah.
that it's so fucking popular. I would find myself listening to that music, but since it's so popular, I don't want to associate myself to it. You know what I mean? Because I'm gonna be that lame 42-year-old man listening to that fucking teeny bop music, right? But it's good. Yes, it is.
Yeah.
It's good.
But that's fine. But
Because I was singing that to my daughter. Hey, what is this
But
shit?
if it's good, it's good, right?
Yeah, but I don't want to associate myself with that.
Oh, come on, dude. I mean, if the
We're not
music
in high
is good,
school.
right?
But if it's good, it's good.
Yeah.
But you're not gonna catch me in my fucking XB with the windows rolled down, bumping that shit.
Oh, yeah, of course.
But I was listening to it yesterday with the windows up, because I like certain parts of it. You know.
Yeah.
It's like saying something about in this world.
What is it called?
Something like that. As It Was.
As It Was. Did he put that? Because I watched the interview that he did with
and right off the bat, he's
Howard
bisexual,
Stern. Oh, okay.
straight up, and I'm cool with it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that doesn't bug me.
Right.
The song is good.
As It Was.
It's fucking
Okay, I
good
gotta
song.
listen to it.
Just listen to the singing, dude. The singing is fucking good, man.
Yeah.
And that little hook, that shit gets you.
Mm-hmm.
So that music sounds like what I listen to, and it probably would be, but since it's so popular, I won't allow myself to go to a concert and shit like that. But I'll listen to it in the privacy of my own car with the windows up.
Okay.
But I won't claim it.
I won't claim it. You just claim it on this
Yeah.
podcast. That's it.
Yeah. GILL.
Dude, this is the longest podcast in Mind Buzz history.
How
Just
long
over, it's 3 hours and 16 minutes.
16 minutes.
Yeah.
I think that's the record right there.
How you
already.
doing on time?
I'm good, dog.
How you doing on time? I'm kind of hungry. Do you want to go grab some food?
I'm kind of hungry. I'm good. We could, but something light. Because I told my kids to eat the Dino Bites. Fucking, that's because I woke up too late. I couldn't wake up, and I had to take a shower. So I said, "Hey, fucking eat those Dino Bites, those little fucking what are they called? Chicken nuggets, the
Yeah.
dinosaur ones." I said, "Fuck it, eat that for now. When I come back, we'll because we're gonna go meet up with my brother probably make something at home or go eat something. Usually what we do, we get together like on a Sunday.
Oh, okay, cool.
But his schedule's going to change. Like Sunday and Monday.
Today's Monday.
But yeah, but his schedule's going to change. So today. So I'm probably going to have to go grab the tattoo machine, go over his tattoo, probably make some food, come together and make some food. Because I saw something on the reels and it was enchiladas.
Mm-hmm.
But they're like enchiladas. They don't have nothing. You know, they're tacos and nada. So this is how it is. So it's a deconstructed enchilada. So what you do is you get the tortilla, you dip it in the oil a little bit to soften it, right? And then you fold it in half. You fold it in half, and you pour the sauce over it. So you pour green sauce all over the tortillas. You fold them like quesadillas, one lapped on top of each other, right? Like if you knocked over some dominoes, right?
Yeah.
And then you put the sauce on top of them. You put chicken on top of it, shredded. And you cilantro, queso, fresco, and some more green sauce.
Oh, okay.
So it's a deconstructed enchilada.
With cheese?
With cheese.
Okay.
Cheese on top of it. The cacique one, fresco. So, they're folded in half, chicken. It's just deconstructed. And it's fun to eat because and I was like, damn, that looks fucking good. Mm-hmm. There's also some that are called enmoladas. Enmoladas is mole, made out of mole. And these are really, I seen them somewhere else, and they're called tacos de nada. So it's a deep fried taco with nothing inside of it. And what you're doing is you're putting the toppings on top.
Oh, okay.
It's a deconstructed open-faced taco. Yeah. Open-faced enchiladas, enmoladas, whatever. But it looked really, really good, man. And the sauce actually looks like a fucking canned sauce. But you can actually make those sauces taste authentic. All you do is put them in the blender, add a gang of garlic to them, and serrano and some cilantro, then they fucking taste good.
With the canned sauce.
With the canned sauce. You just gotta spice them up, up the flavor. You could even put a little bit of chicken bouillon in there.
There we go.
Yeah, I cook also, by the way. I didn't talk about it, but I can cook pretty good. Cook, fucking everything, dog. Cook, tattoo, cut hair, fucking mechanic, everything, dog.
All rolled up into a podcast.
Into a podcast, dog. Exterminate. Fucking, what, and then coming soon in June, fucking stylist for the podcasting hard hitters for the major league. Hey, but seriously, we should talk to this fool about it and do that.
That would be awesome.
Do a fucking makeover
video.
Even if he just buys enough for a couple of outfits, I'll take him to Ross or the thrift store. We'll find some cool shit, Yeah. But I want to cut his hair, fucking style him, fucking tattoo, do all that shit. Do that. We could do that a mini series. Take a camera, and record that shit.
Yeah.
And, it'll be content. It'll be cool, man.
Take him out.
Take him out too.
To
Morrissey. He's gonna come afterwards, dude. That would have been cool, man. But take him out somewhere.
Take him out.
Go eat with him, and seriously, it'd be fucking cool. It's a cool idea that developed here. It'd be like, makeover. What's Uli? Uli's makeover. LA makeover. LA makeover.
LA makeover, and then Uli Ramos.
Uli Ramos, yeah, man.
Yeah.
Dude, we'll do it where he fucking gets a haircut, a tattoo, a podcast all in one fucking day. That'd be fucking cool, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When is he going to come out? He's coming out in June, right?
The second week of June.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know what? I mean, it sounds like a joke, but when I was working at Toyota at the dealership, we used to have to dress up and shit. And I like dressing.
Yeah.
Like right now I'm wearing whatever, jean jacket, but
yeah.
I like that. Wearing a tie, fucking looking nice.
That's cool.
You feel good, dog.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And so around that time, luckily I was kind of watching what I was eating. I was about this size, maybe a little bit lighter, but just a little more tight because I was doing like the perfect push-up. You ever heard of that shit?
Yeah.
That shit.
I remember those.
Shoulders, everything. So I was doing that. So I was looking good with the clothes. And even one of my homies, it takes a lot for another man to tell you, but he's like, hey, you know what, man? Like for a big dude, dog, you dress nice, dog. You know how to dress, and the clothes fit you right. And that's because I was tailoring my clothes. I would buy a shirt that buttons up here and it's big on my shoulders, and then I would taper it down like my body like that. And so everything was fitted, my pants and shit. So I had a couple homies that be like, hey dog, can you go with me at lunchtime to Ross? And I'd go with them and I'd show me, buy this and buy that. I'd put outfits together from,
Right.
So it's cool. And I would do it for free, just go catch lunch. My son too, like when he has like, when he graduated and shit, or like, let's see if he's got to go somewhere important, I'll fucking put together an outfit for him and shit like that,
Right.
It's fun, dude. I like helping people out like that and shit, And also when I cut hair, everyone's hair when I cut their hair, I cut a pompadour, but they don't know it because that's a gentleman's haircut. It's an old haircut. By you cutting it like that, they can comb it many different ways. A pompadour, you can style it sideways, you can slick it back, you can part it. But I always cut hair like that because it's a gentleman's haircut.
Yeah.
Now, if you want to pump it up, that's a different story. But everyone's hair, they don't know that, but I cut the hair like that, like a pompadour.
Yeah, Yuli needs it.
Yeah, yeah.
He
I'll
needs a
hook his
haircut.
ass up, dude. So, Yuli, if you're listening, I know you are. Let's get that going. Yuli's LA Makeover.
The LA Makeover.
Yeah, dude. Fuck yeah. Haircut, tattoo, podcast into one. It'd be fucking bad, dude.
Jose
And
Ramos.
we'll go eat too.
Jose Ramos.
I know what that means.
I don't have the music, so I can't press the music. But
It's been fun. And
you're
then
listening to this.
you don't want to play. We can't play anybody's music because you'll get in trouble, huh?
Mm-hmm.
You know what? Let me.
I always get flagged, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You won't get flagged if you play my shit. I'm gonna do it Rambling Alcoholic style. But let me find a good outro song,
Find a good outro song, and then
and we'll end with that.
yeah.
It's asking me to accept cookies.
But yeah, it's been fun.
It always is, man. It always is. Not because I'm here, but just because I like being here. You know what? We'll do this one right here. This one sounds.
Do that one. Tell the
This
people.
one's called Dreams.
Tell the people about your podcast.
My podcast is Ranting or Ramos Podcast. You can find it on Spotify. Everywhere, dude. All you gotta do is Google me. Google my name, and luckily I come up. This is one of my songs. I call it Dreams. The guitar kind of sounds like I'll stop the world and melt with you. Here. Doesn't sound fucked up, right?
No.
But yeah. And yeah. No, but yeah. And I'm gonna be switching over to Patreon. It's only $3, $5. Ranting or Ramos Podcast. Follow me on the Instagram. My stories are fucking badass. Everything is done with a purpose. The video, the song, the music, the lyrics, everything is done with a purpose.
Cool.
It's been fun.
It's been fun. Thanks for coming back and listening to the Mind Buzz. I'm back, bitches. How long do you have on that thing?
On this?
Yeah.
It's long, dude. I'll fade it out right now.
Peace out.
Thanks for listening to the Mind Buzz podcast. Subscribe to the Mind Buzz YouTube channel and watch full podcast episodes. Keep up with the hosts, guests, and upcoming events by following the Mind Buzz on Instagram @the Mind Buzz. See you on the next one.